start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager fell victim to fake pills. Smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Where are these pills coming from, and how are kids getting them? Right from under our noses, crooks are targeting kids on social media and selling them counterfeit pills that could seal their fate with the click of a button. It may seem harmless, maybe it doesn't even seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. So before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal? Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance. Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional. On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf of
sometimes I have to mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplaining.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
This episode of the Outlaw Radio Network is brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. Looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe? Destination Highway 420 offers a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrate from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network, powered by our friends at Destination Highway 420, proudly supporting our veterans in the Bremerton community. Visit them online at destinationhighway420.com. 21 and over.
Cannabis has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Keep out of the reach of children.
Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
This country can't be knocked out with one punch. We get right back up again, and when we do, the world's going to hear the roar of our engines.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
You do your work, and we will do our bit.
Republic. I like this sentiment. It means people can live free, talk free, go or come, buy or sell, be drunk or sober, however they choose.
Are you ready to be who you are?
No poetry, just a straight answer.
The government has deliberately sought to deceive the United States by false statements and expressions of hope for continued peace.
We are men of the hood, marrying our experience.
But there's no both sides anymore. They're just trying to wreck our goddamn country. It's time for you younger guys to take over.
You men be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If you guys don't start thinking as men, we're gonna have a lousy country.
For the crimes of incitement to cause unrest, I decline to be an outlaw!
All right, everybody, it's the Outlaw Radio Network. It is the 12th of April, 2026. Thanks for checking out the show. He is Black Tom.
Hi there.
What up, buddy?
It's been a week.
Yeah. He is DJ D, but you can't see him because he's off mic. What up, D?
The voice of God, yeah.
The voice of God. Paul will join us later. He's getting the paintball field ready to go. We'll talk about that with him. So if you want to find out some more information on Paul's newest venture, the paintball excursion, stick around for that. Boss Baby is joining us remotely, monitoring the chat and all things digital. She is off camera, but she's here. So if you have a message for Boss Baby, put that in the chat. Lori, the CEO, will not be in tonight, but she is in chat. She has an owie. She doesn't feel very good, so she will stay home and get better. Okay.
Actually, the crud that's been going around
I know.
sucks.
My assistant manager at the escape room was dealing with it all week as well. I know that there's some crap going around. I blame the Iranians. And Beals will be here at 8 o'clock. So it's a fluid involvement tonight. Frank Aquila, our really good friend, author of the book Sarah Palin, I don't know where, longtime conservative insider of the show, will join us shortly. We'll bring him on in just a moment from Tennessee. Later in the show, I'm planting this seed now because we have to have a very important conversation.
Oh,
we have to because I just found out I'm going to be a grandfather for the first time. My first grandbaby is on its way, and it'll be here in September-ish. And I have to figure out what the baby's supposed to call me, because the baby will not call me Gramps, Grandpa, Grampy, Grumpy, Grandpapa. They will not call me Papa because that was my dad's name for my kids, and I feel just weird using it. I don't feel like I measure up to him, so I'm not even going to try. So I got to figure out a good nickname for the grandson to call me when the grandson learns how to say my name. So I'm planting that seed now. We'll talk about it later in the show, but you guys all put your wheels to work and start thinking about it. And somebody at church today said, I didn't realize you had kids. And I'm like, oh, I got a mess of kids. And she saw, yeah, well, I thought you were like 35. I'm like, God, I love you. Too bad you're married to somebody else because you thought I was 35. 35! Anyway. So, yeah, it's a good day. Grandbaby coming. People think I'm in my mid-30s.
35.
Yeah, sporting the mustache. If you can't tell on the live feed, I got the mustache going on tonight, which I've never done a mustache before. It's the first time. Just trying to look cool like Frank. We'll bring Frank on in just a moment. We do want to remind you of our sponsors really quick. Of course, our fine friends at Black Ring Spirits. I don't know any of the owners. I don't know anybody who owns the place. I have nothing to do with them personally, but I do know that they let us broadcast live from their establishment every single Sunday. If we had to do a Tuesday night election show, they'd let us do it down here too.
Sure.
If we had to do a Wednesday morning like brunch show, they'd let us do it down here too.
That might be weird, but
they're probably, well, nothing says Wednesday like Whiskey Wednesday.
Actually, Whiskey Wednesday, that's a thing.
Yeah,
I'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll do that. But if you want to check out some of the greatest distilled spirits in the entire state, come on down to Black Ring Spirits, located in the Town Square Shopping Center. Bottom floor, stop in, tell them Outlaw sent you. And if you see whoever the owner is, slap him in the scrotum.
Well, why the tenders, man?
Why not? We also want to thank our friends at Destination Highway 420, your local cannabis shop on Hollis Street in Bremerton. Across the side street there from the Cloverleaf, stop in and see them. They have a wide variety of things. I don't know the terms because I've never done weed. We'll never do weed. But I'm not against it. It's just not my jam. But they have flour. I know flour.
They've got
edibles. They have what?
Pre-rolls, edibles.
Pre-rolls, which means you have to roll it yourself. See, I'm pretty smart.
No. It's already rolled.
That's what I said. You don't have to roll it
wax,
yourself.
They have edibles.
I don't know waxes. They have all kinds of stuff. So if you are ointments, they have gummies. They have candy.
Yep, they have a selection of
THC infused stuff. And my mom, when she was around, she was a double knee amputee, above the knee amputee, and she would get some phantom pain and stuff, and she would get some THC stuff that would help take some of the edge of that off and help her sleep. So for those of you that are like, oh, I'm not going to do weed, I'm trying to get high. There's some good medical benefits to some of the THC stuff as well.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. And that and the CBDs and CBGs and CBNs, inflammation issues, it's fantastic.
And what I'd recommend is if you have any questions about it, stop in and just talk to them.
Destination Highway 420, educated bud tenders.
Go in and talk to them. Tell them what you're looking for. Are you looking for a little relaxation on a Friday night? Cool. Are you looking for something to help you sleep? Cool. Let them know what you're looking for. They'll walk you through it. Also want to thank Kitsap Great Escape, another proud sponsor of the show. Their new room is slated to open within the month.
What was it called?
It's called, oh God, I can't give the name yet. It has not been released officially yet.
Oh, I thought you did last week.
Well, I didn't give the name. I said the new room was coming, and I kind of gave an overview, which I shouldn't have given because I let the cat out of the bag early. So if you want more information about the new room, go visit the Facebook page. Look for Kitsap Great Escape on Facebook. They're doing some teasers, some tags on there. You can also check their page out, kitsapgreatescape.com. Other rooms are available as we speak, including Submergency, where you're stuck on a sub, Mystical Manor, where in a mystical manor with a really cool automated effect, and I'm not going to tell you about.
That one's Mr. Whippleton.
Professor Whippleton.
I thought of such a good escape room.
Those are both.
Yes, it needs to be smell oriented, and you're trying to escape the smell of Kevin's ass after a bad Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And you got to solve all the puzzles to get out of the room to get out of the smell.
Great idea.
Wet ass Wednesday.
Yes.
After Taco
Back
Tuesday.
to our sponsor, you schmucks. They've also got Kidnap County, which is the story about a kidnapping in Silverdale, and you're trying to find a missing young girl. And
I haven't played that one.
You should play it. You should bring Heather down. I know the manager. It's me.
Oh.
I know the manager. We'll get you hooked up with something. But come on down and check them out. kitsapgreatescape.com or Kitsap Great Escape on Facebook. Lastly, I need to give a shout out to our good friends down at Carmelo's again, because they're not a sponsor. I did buy my own ice cream because they're a small business. They need the help, but they have Play-Doh. It's called Play-Doh ice cream, which is not what I got because I love sherbet, but they have Play-Doh ice cream and it's amazing. So if you've not been down to Carmelo's, they also have Stroop waffles. If you want to have, do you know what Stroop waffles are?
I love Stroop waffles.
Get Stroop waffles with some ice cream on them. Oh, it's amazing.
I like Stroop waffle with my coffee.
Mm-hmm. You probably put your Stroop waffle on top of your coffee cup.
Yeah, and let the steam go up through it,
and it
nice
softens up that caramel. Stroop waffles are amazing. Hey, let's bring out our good friend Frank Aquila. He is author of the book Sarah Palin Out of Nowhere. Good longtime friend of the show, our conservative insider. Frank, you are on camera. No picking your nose. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, well, congratulations though on being the father there, Kevin.
Grandfather.
Yeah.
I've gotten surprised with the "You Are the Father" speech a few times. So
yeah. Well, that 35-year-old woman trying to go ahead and talk to you. I think she may have a thing for you.
No, she's married, just had a baby, but she saw the announcement about the grandbaby on my Facebook page, and she said, I didn't even know you had kids, let alone kids old enough to have kids. And she thought I was 35, Frank. 35. It's pretty. It's a big. It's probably almost as big of an honor as it was when your book came out and did so well, right? Like, I think it's close. Frank, do you know what a Stroop waffle is? Have you ever had one?
No.
Okay. What I want you to do is go to your local Walmart, or I don't think they have Safeway in Tennessee, but whatever their equivalency is.
Do they sell them at Walmart?
Yeah, they sell them at Walmart. Go to the cookie aisle and look for Stroop waffles. They're basically really thin waffle cookies with a sheet of caramel in between them. It's amazing. It is the best cookie in the world.
All right.
Try it. All right. Now let's talk about some real things, Frank. How are you, by the way?
Doing well. I just got a good bill of health from my doctor, so I guess I'm doing pretty well. But it's funny you say don't pick your nose, and I actually had a tube put down my nose to check my esophagus, which it came out good.
Good. I'm glad you're healthy, man. That's awesome.
I was having a little bit of problem with acid reflux, so there was they wanted to check to make sure I didn't have Barrett's esophagus. It's a very dangerous thing to be having.
Acid reflux is the worst.
It is.
Boss Baby said, by the way, she's older than 35. Hello, Boss Baby. You do not look a day over 21. Frank, before we go international, I want to ask you a question, because you are from the People's Republic of California. You had a long time in that state. You were active politically. I just wanted to get your thoughts about the whole Eric Swalwell scenario. For those at home that don't know, several women came forward last week and leveled some accusations about inappropriate sexual conduct. A couple of them said that he raped them. He was running for governor for the fine state of California. Today, he suspended his campaign. Are you following that at all, being from California and having been as connected there as you were for so long?
Yes, and actually Swalwell's district is right next to my former district, so I knew about Swalwell a whole lot. He was in the Pleasanton area, Livermore. So just as you go to the Altamont into where you had actually gone to, Kevin, over there near Discovery Bay, that's just, you had the Altamont Pass that was only separated his district from the district that you were actually in when you were visiting, and then up to the San Joaquin Valley. So Swalwell is an interesting guy. I mean, he's somebody that basically he's looking for love in all the wrong places, and he's the guy that he got involved with Fang with the Chinese spy and everything. It's really sad. You really feel for somebody that not so much him, but for his children. And this guy's flirted with danger many times. He's walking the plank, and you would think that he would just he's got the notoriety to be somebody that's in Washington, not a bad looking guy, in one sense. He's not a what's that Congressman Jerry Nadler from Massachusetts or New York, where he's from, so he could be out there, but he's really trying to. He's put himself in a bad position, and I you always want to say, hey, what's the evidence? But I think it's not looking good for him, and I really believe this guy should have been thrown out of Congress when he got involved with the Chinese spy Fang, and he should have been gone. There's no reason for somebody to be there. He's on the Intelligence Committee, no doubt giving out intelligent information for his own sexual innuendos that he has.
Yeah, it's funny to me because he's been kind of viewed as an up-and-comer in the Democratic Party up until this whole shenanigan situation kind of reared its head. Even though, and again, you're way more connected down there than I could ever think of being. But some of these accusations about him have been kind of rumbling below the surface for quite a while, right? I mean, it isn't like these accusations came out of nowhere.
Yes, they've been rumbling, and the thing about it is he's very egotistical. I mean, the guy ran for president. He really thought he would become president. He, in the last cycle, he was actually had a campaign for president. So he's got the egotistical. I mean, he did have a good following. I mean, he was gathering around 15% an open primary ticket. So he was right up there amongst possibilities of somebody that would be that could be governor. I was scared that he would be. Again, when you have somebody that's flirting with danger with the Chinese government, and he's kind of in their own pocket, you can't trust somebody like that. You just wonder what secrets the Chinese government could have on him to extort him, especially how sloppy he is to not keep his guard up and with intelligence. I just didn't understand how he was able to get by with the whole Fang thing, and now he's facing these other very serious allegations, and which like I said, it shouldn't even got this far. The guy should have been thrown out of office back when he was giving intelligence information to the Chinese spy.
Yeah, he certainly was the highest profile name that was running for that office. Just with the amount of time that he had been in DC representing his, whatever district he was in. it Frank, does it surprise you the media came out as hard on him as they did? Like, I always feel like the media is really kind of passive when it comes to Dems, especially in a state like California where they are the dominant party. Does it surprise you that the media pulled all this stuff together and got people on record and went out as big as they did, or was it inevitable because the story was just growing too much so they couldn't ignore it?
I think it's both. I think I'm surprised, but the story did grow, and I'm actually more surprised that as many Dems have actually said, "Hey, he's baggage for us. We got to get rid of him." Usually, the Democrats have one good thing about always sticking together, and with this, they must know the evidence was pretty damning to him, where they had to get rid of him because he would be sinking their own ship, and therefore. I think that at that point, then the media got involved and they realized, hey, well, we got to go ahead and cover the story because remember, he was their darling to put on the media. Him, Adam Schiff from California, to really go after Trump, and that's what Swalwell has done. And again, I'm looking for. There's going to be some Democrats indicted. I think that it's coming. It's way overdue because of what they've done to President Trump. President Trump could have gone after Hillary Clinton, for example. He didn't. He let that go. And but I think when they took the gloves off and they went after President Trump on these bogus charges from before, just really try to take down him so he wouldn't be president. I think all gloves are off, and I wouldn't be surprised if you actually end up seeing not only Swalwell but other political party leaders or Democrats removed from office, arrested. I'm surprised. Ilima Omar, she's still there, where as a congresswoman from Minnesota, where she came to America illegally, marrying her brother. Everybody knows about this. She committed fraud. She should be arrested. She should be thrown out of the country. I think any of these clowns that have done such a thing, they have to abide by the rules. If they don't abide by the rules, they should be out of there.
Let's segue a little bit into some international stuff, Frank. Obviously, the big news over the weekend has been what's been going on with Iran and the United States. Vice President Vance went over. They had like a 21 hour negotiating session or something in Pakistan, I believe is what they were at.
Yep.
And they weren't able to come up to any kind of a conclusion. Trump comes out today and says he's going to blockade the strait. I guess I'm curious, Frank, last time we talked, it was kind of right at the outset of this whole thing of what was going on with Iran, and we've had some time to feel it out. Are you still of the same thought that you were when we talked before, or has that modified at all?
Well, remind me what my thought was from before.
I think before you were in favor of it because at some point Iran had to be dealt with, that they are responsible for the death of thousands of U.S. troops in Iraq. They've supported the Houthis. They've supported Hamas and Hezbollah. They've been responsible for terror acts all over the world. At some point, I could be wrong, so don't go back and listen to the show and then show up and punch me in the nose because that would hurt. But I think you were in support of it just because at some point Iran was going to have to be dealt with.
Yes. So my position on Iran is very dangerous, not only to the United States and Israel. Iran is dangerous to the whole world. Iran has called for the death of America. They have 47 years of calling for death to Israel and America, and they were on the verge of a nuclear weapon. Matter of fact, from what I understand, that they were closer than anybody even suspected. They do have enriched uranium. President Trump wants to find out where that enriched uranium is. But there's been a big problem, and I felt like, the long-range missiles, they were developing these long-range missiles. And when you have a lunatic party, or a country, I should say, a lunatic country of leaders that want to have that nuclear weapon, they're not afraid to use it. Matter of fact, they feel like Allah has given them permission, even if they're on their own death, to go ahead and put the death to many others. And they have supported Hezbollah and Hamas. So these are terrorist organizations that have attacked Israel. Now, when I look at Iran, I can't help as a person that really studies the Bible, even that, you look at the big book of Ezekiel 38 and 39, it talks about Persia, which is Iran, modern day Iran, aligning with Russia, and they are going to attack Israel. That's prophetic in the Bible. So I do believe that the War Powers Act, I believe that they are trying to delay this as much as possible to get through President Trump's 60 days, where he'd have to get congressional approval to go forward. I could be wrong with this, but I believe that's how the whole thing works. And if nothing's straightened out in the next 60 days or 60 days total, then they're going to be kind of just cleaning up the mess that they have to do so. I don't think President Trump wants to put American troops on the ground. I don't think he wants to destroy those the oil refineries, because that could have effect on the global market for oil, send the world economy into a recession, which would be bad for the midterms for the United States. So I think he's done what he set out to do. He really just eliminated a lot of the varsity and the junior varsity team. And I think that basically now Iran has the freshman team in there, and they may not be as smart or wise, but they've at least avoided the bullets. And so, so now going forward, I think Trump really wants to get rid of this one problem with all these ships up in the Strait of Hormuz. And I think now they're going to try to let that blockade loose, so that there can be even flows going through. So they may have some military action along the Strait of Hormuz, just to prevent any future problems. And then I think once that's going well, I think then Trump's going to state that, hey, going forward, this is going to be something for the rest of the world to deal with. And I don't think there's going to be any more military action. I could be wrong, because President Trump is pretty strong, but I think we've already left our imprint there.
Is there any way that this operation ends in a way that you would consider a success if we're not putting boots on the ground? And again, I'm not advocating for boots on the ground. I'm really opposed to it. But I've been trying to think of how this operation could end successfully if there's no boots on the ground and no regime change.
It all depends what your definition of success would be. Ultimately, the best success would be that Iran would give up their enriched uranium. They would agree to not have nuclear weapons. I don't think they're going to go that far. They're severely damaged. They've been set back to the Stone Age as far as trying to rebuild their whole infrastructure of their military, their navy, their plants, as far as building up missiles. 90% of them were destroyed. So the setbacks of success, the fact that there was minimal casualties on the side of America, is a success. I think the only ultimate success in the short amount of time that President Trump has now is, like I said, to get the tankers moving through safely through the Strait of Hormuz. I've heard rumors that there's going to be a new canal, maybe, that's going to be built right there near Saudi Arabia. So that could be a possibility. That could be where they don't have to actually worry about Iran. But I don't think the Iranian dictators, I should say, that's in charge of the government, I don't think they're going to be totally eliminated. I think they're going to reestablish themselves in the future. And but I believe President Trump has set them back way far. Yeah, they're not the immediate danger that they once were.
what would you say are the odds of going with ground troops? Like, if you were going to put them on a percentage, like, do you think there's a risk? Because, Frank, we've talked on the show before, and I think what I do for a living in my day job, which is work for the VA. And the one thing I don't want to see are a whole bunch more claims coming across my desk from people we had to send into Iran, because I think that just becomes a mess, right? A lot more men and women in uniform going somewhere that I don't really want them to go. Do you think there's any chance in your mind that we go to ground troops to push the envelope?
If there's a threat along the Strait of Hormuz, that for all these ships, I maybe could see that President Trump may put some boots on the ground to protect the ship passages. Remember, there's a lot of land right there. I mean, Iran's a huge country, so there could be some areas where there could be some threats, and there maybe the Marines do go in there to alleviate those threats and make sure that these ships are actually able to get out. That's the only thing I don't think we're going to be going into Tehran and try to do anything where we're going to be doing regime change. I mean, I understand the people there, they want to see the regime change. I mean, it'd be kind of good if we got some weapons to the people where the people were able to fight back, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, wasn't that the original hope, right? The original, and I really believe that Trump's plan was, I'm going to start a fight. I'm going to take out the senior leadership, the Ayatollah and whoever else we can get out. And I really believe that Trump's hope was that the Iranian people would then rise up in the streets and they would be kind of proxy to what we were trying to do. And instead, it feels like it's gone the exact opposite way. I was talking with somebody earlier today about this. They executed an 18-year-old girl because she wouldn't wear the hijab. They executed a member of the Iranian wrestling team because he dared to speak something negative about Iran at the Olympics.
Well, Iran is cranked up their public executions of anyone and any political dissidents, because the expectation is that after this thing between the United States and Iran is over, there's going to be some civil unrest. So they're trying to nip it in the bud now.
Yeah, Frank, why do you think that there wasn't more of a step up from the Iranian population once this whole thing started?
I think a couple things. First off, you had the whole internet was all down where people didn't know what was going on. So, I mean, so if you did have anybody rising up, there was also a fear factor involved. So
I
think there's many, I mean, I don't know how many people are executed, but I've heard of as many as 45,000 people. There could be more, there could be less. I mean, but there was people they knew, if they spoke out, as you pointed out, Kevin, the people are being executed. And so there's a fear factor involved with the people, maybe wanted to speak up, maybe they wanted to fight, but they just couldn't get the wheels really turning against those that had the powers at that time.
Well, there's 47 years worth of Stockholm syndrome here too. I mean,
for the Iranian people,
for just the common citizen.
Yeah. Frank, what does this do in November? I was talking with somebody about this today. I think Republicans are in big trouble in November. Like with gas prices, on average, the national gas price average has risen over $1.10 a gallon since what happened in Iran started. The inflation is ticking up. There's concerns about a recession. Economically, the nation seems to be in kind of this weird little funky holding pattern where things could go south. Do you have any concern about conservatives nationwide getting trounced a little bit in November, either in the House or the Senate or both?
Usually, you got to remember in the midterm elections, the party in power usually loses seats, and I'll tell you what, the Republicans don't have very many seats to lose before they become the minority in the House. So I don't know if there's going to be enough to take out the Senate. They would have to take out 4 seats to have control. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think there's always a fear. And then, as you mentioned, for the reasons you mentioned, inflation. Things are, because Trump has taken some action. this has had an effect on gas prices rising up really quick. Obviously, that's going to happen. The hope would be that President Trump, and this is all the more reason why I think he's going to be getting out, is he's done his 60 days. He's done his damage to the Iranian regime. He's did the same thing with Venezuela, another sponsor of terrorism. And I think what his hope would be is the gasoline prices by summer, the end of summer, it's going to come way down. I could see that coming way down. At the same time, he's going to be putting in his new Fed chairman into place, and he is very much wanting to bring down interest rates. I think this is the fact that he comes in there. I mean, you have half the Fed chairman on the board. They're looking at wanting to raise interest rates because they see high inflation. And then you got the other half that says, you know what, hey, we don't want to be heading into a recession. We want to lower interest rates. I would hate to say that the Fed board is a board of people that, you know, look at political aspirations rather than what the country. But I have to say this is that the Fed board has always been late, and President Trump has been very correct, like with calling Jerome Powell late Jerome. I mean, you want to be proactive. You want to kind of see the tea leaves way in advance, because when you start lowering interest rates, you really don't see an effect for 3 to 6 months in the economy. And right now, if we're in April, and by the time we get into May with the new Fed chairman, if you're start talking about a 0.25% interest rate cut in May, then you start doing one maybe even in June or July. You know, you're a little bit too late for all that, because that's not really going to show up until maybe November, December, and by that time you already have an election. So I'm leery about that.
Yeah. Well, and the other half of the equation, Frank, too, is that Trump had a 60-day window before Congress is required to vote. He's got an optional 30-day window after that 60 days for troop withdrawal. This is according to the War Powers Act. And that 60 days expires on April 29th. So what do you see happening with that? Do you think Trump is ready to pull down and start pulling power out of that neck of the woods by April 29th? Do you think Congress would support him since Republicans have control of both the House and the Senate, or what do you think happens?
I think he pulls out. I think he says he basically states he wants, I think over the next 10 days, he just wants to get control of the Straits of Hormuz, make sure that there is these tankers are able to go through there. And you got to understand this is more for the rest of the world. I mean, I think Trump would, once he gets that all straightened out, he's going to try to tell the rest of the world, hey, this is your issue. Europe, this is your problem now. China, this is your problem. Because that's where they're getting their oil from. The United States is not getting oil from Iran. We have our own oil. So this is about more of the global economy, which is important for the United States, because we don't want to be into a global recession. But I think basically he wants to get the point where he gets this Strait of Hormuz straightened out, and he can leave there saying, hey, I left in good order. Now the rest of the world needs to kind of take over. They need to make sure that Iran is held accountable. President Trump does not want this to continue. And maybe he has to revisit Iran in the future, but I don't know. I don't know if that's something he's going to want to do. I think basically he did go back there a second time. Remember, he took out the bunker busters and really took out their nuclear weapons. I think a year ago or 6 months ago or something like that. And then he's back there again. So we're at a position right now that I think he's done his damage, and he's going to probably bring his troops home.
Yeah, Frank, the challenge with that, and you're right. I mean, I absolutely agree with you. But the problem is that I don't have any faith in Europe at all. Like, World War I happened because European leaders were slow to respond. World War II happened because European leaders were overly willing to compromise to avoid conflict. You had what happened in Bosnia-Herzegovina, which was European leaders failing to act to do anything to stop genocide. Like, I feel like the culture in Europe, especially Western Europe, is let's just do what we have to do to avoid conflict. And if that means we mortgage our values or we take a scapegoat out or we do something and we'll just catch up with it later. Like, that feels to me like the history of Western Europe.
It is.
So you guys talk about how Trump can just pull troops out by the 29th.
Well, he doesn't have to pull them out by the 29th.
He doesn't have to.
But the 29th is the 60th day. Then he would have 30 days after that to pull out.
I get that.
Okay.
But by the 29th, things aren't going to just magically be fixed in the Straits. We went in there and kicked a hornet's nest, and then we're just going to walk away, and the hornets are going to go back in their nest.
Yeah, Frank. What happens with Iran after that? Because if Iran is able to stay in power and we don't have any regime change, and at that April 29th date, the U.S. starts to scale down and pull back and say, "Hey, Europe, it's up to you." Do we have any faith that Iran keeps it in their pants? And
no, Iran stays pissed off.
Yeah, that's my. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, that's I totally agree. I think Iran is going to. They're going to be emboldened to think. They got rid of the America. They didn't take us out. We're, even though we're the freshman team, we're still here. We're still in charge. We have our people in line. And you know what? We're going to regroup, we're going to rebuild, and we are going to kick somebody's ass, and we're going to remember.
Well, and that also means the Strait stays impassable.
Chaotic.
And so global energy prices are still ridiculous. So, I mean, if he leaves now, there's no resolution to any of this.
I don't know if it's going to be impassable, because I think basically what it's going to be is, for example, what Iran wants to do right now is they want to put a tariff on these ships going through there. They want to go ahead and they want to rebuild, and if they're going to rebuild, they need to have money coming into into their own government. And so I can see that possibly happening. I don't know if China's going to take initiative. We don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions. I think at this point, what President Trump is going to try to do is at least get the ships moving in and out, have things moving, and America's on guard. And then when America's not on guard, he's going to say, you know what? Hey, we got this whole thing moving again. China, you need to take over. I think he's going to be going to China as well pretty soon. So that might be something where he discussed this with China to be there to help. Europe, but as you pointed out, Kevin, I don't trust Europe to actually go in there and say, hey, we're going to be making sure this is going to be, even if it's for their own interest.
Yeah, Frank, this worries me because it feels a lot to me like almost like Iraq War I, right? Where we did something and we kicked a little ass and we achieved a couple of objectives, but we knew it wasn't done. But we knew it was going to have to be dealt with again, and that was going to be part 2, Tom.
But we didn't actually achieve any objectives because there were no weapons of mass destruction. So the whole thing was.
But I'm just talking about how it was marketed, right? They went in, they said, "Hey, we did X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
We liberated Kuwait.
Yep.
This is what we set out to do. We weren't here for regime change, but we knew when they left. Or at least Frank, tell me if you agree. We knew when we left Iraq the first time that there was a sequel coming. We didn't know when, we didn't know how, we didn't know what was going to happen, but we knew it wasn't done. Like Iran to me feels the same way. There's going to be a sequel. If we don't finish it now, we're going to end up finishing it later.
Yeah, I remember President Trump actually was talking about the Iraq War and his disgust with how things were. And one thing he said that I just totally agree with him on, and it's kind of like what he did in Venezuela. He said, you know what we should have done is, instead of us paying for all this whole thing to liberate Iraq, we should took their oil. We should have, hey, if we're going to liberate this country, we're going to go ahead and come out in there and take over. Why should this all be at our expense? Mm-hmm. And you know what? Hey, I agree with him. He said, we should have took their oil. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the same thing over here in Iran. I don't think, we're going to be there for very much longer, but anytime, but I know for Venezuela, I know that's what he did. He went to Venezuela and he's like, yeah, I'm taking the oil.
Yep.
And I think that's in his right. If he's going to liberate a country like he did successfully with Venezuela, there should be compensation to our own government for coming in there and actually doing that and making it stable. But I think it's a different story here in Iran, as Tom mentioned and you have mentioned. I think there's a hornet's nest. I don't know how it's going to be in the end. The drawdown, well, once he pulls out, if there's going to be other players that are going to come in place. The oil for Iran doesn't come hitting the American market. It doesn't hit the American market. This is for China. It's for Russia. It's for Europe. So do these players that are involved, do they want to actually do something? I don't know.
Yeah, Frank, it is, I've had a lot of people ask about, well, actually, hold on, one really quick answer to this. Somebody asked in chat as well about Iran charging a toll to get through. Right now, they're charging about a $2 million toll per ship. So if you're a ship and you want to get safe passage through there, Iran's going to charge you a $2 million toll. And that's why Trump came out. That's one of the reasons why Trump came out today and said he was putting the blockade up, because he wasn't going to allow Iran to make that money. The other thing you have to understand about the Strait of Hormuz, just for a geography lesson, it's between 21 and 27 miles wide. Okay, so it's not a very wide spot. And international waters is 12 miles off your coast. So you have Iran on one side and you have Oman on the other, and they each have 12 miles. That takes up the entire thing. So there's not a lot of international. It's considered international waters in the fact a lot of trade goes through there, but that none of those waters are less than 12 miles off the coast of somebody's stuff. And so it becomes really, really iffy on how the international community can regulate it, how much anybody can tell Iran they've got to let them through without a toll, all of that. It's Frank, it's gonna be a little nuts, man. It just feels like, I know you think they'll be out of there soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm glad I'm not making that decision. If Iran is going to charge, I think you said $2 million per ship.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I mean, that's like, higher inflation just right there. I mean, if each of these ships having to pay money, then you're going to have higher gas prices throughout Europe. You're going to have a global recession. Just started because of that.
We'll have higher gas prices here too, simply because of the impact on global supply.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't necessarily affect us in the sense that we have our own gasoline, everything like that. It'll be the world market.
Yeah. So I mean, if we pull out now, gas prices are not going back down, which means the prices of everything else is not going back down.
So therefore, I would have to believe President Trump's not going to pull out immediately right there until he has, let's say, for example, I believe he's supposed to be going to China pretty soon. He might have a discussion with China that they work out a deal. They keep they occupy a lookout on the Straits of Hormuz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to play out, but I have to think that President Trump's not going to pull out completely and allow that to happen. I don't know what their end game is, but I think he does want to get the troops out of there and come home, claim a victory, which he did. And like I said, they're severely damaged. Their varsity and junior varsity team are gone. But Iran's going to be emboldened once we do leave. So, and Iran knows their number one moneymaker is oil, and it's right there at the Straits of Hormuz, where they can do damage to the rest of the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how the end game's actually played out.
Yeah, man, it's amazing to me. If you go look at a map of the Strait of Hormuz, it's just amazing to me how a strait in that part of the world, which is a cul-de-sac, right? I mean, there's no out. If you go in through the Strait of Hormuz, you have to come out through the Strait of Hormuz. It's not a passway to like a canal or the Suez Canal or anything like that. It's basically if you're going to take a boat from the Indian Ocean up towards Iraq or Kuwait, and then you're going to take it back. So there's no other ways in or out of that. For that to be 20% of the world's oil, it just baffles my mind, man. It just, again, I understand it logistically about the nations that are in play and all of that. But for that 21-mile stretch of water to control 20% of the world's oil is just insane to me.
And here's another thing to kind of look at. I mean, I don't know how fast it takes to make a canal, but and you mentioned, I think Oman is the country next to it, and on the other side of the Strait of Hormuz. Is that what?
Yeah, and then UAE is there as well.
Yeah. So I mean, you could see. I've heard reports of a future canal, so that these ships don't have to go through the Straits of Hormuz. So I mean, that could be a possibility. But again, how long does that take?
Years.
Probably so.
Yeah. Yeah, and you'd be digging through Abu Dhabi, digging through UAE. I don't know, man. To me, you know what Iran reminds me of, Frank, in a totally different way, is Taiwan. Taiwan is this little country that isn't really powerful, doesn't have a lot of strength, but boy, they control the market on chips, right? And so this little country has an inordinate amount of power, not because of who they are, but because of what they do. Iran is this, to me, they're a little country. They might be the 6th or 7th largest military in the world, but they really are no match for the United States or Russia or China or NATO. But they're important, not because of who they are, but because of where they are. They just happen to be right around that hook of the Strait of Hormuz where they've got some power. And if they were anywhere else in the world, nobody would care about them.
No, not unless you want sand.
Yeah, well, I've got enough for I was in San Diego a couple weeks ago at the beach and had plenty.
There you go.
Frank, as we look forward to, you mentioned you think the gas prices are going to go down. As we look forward, you're running for office, okay, Frank? Mm-hmm. You're running for next president of the United States. What do you honestly tell the American people to expect? What should be on the horizon domestically over the next, 6 to 9 months? Are prices going to skyrocket? Inflation going to soar? Is stuff going to come down? Is all this going to be a happy little memory in 6 months? Because the issue with Iran was able to cool and went away. Like, what would you tell people?
If you're being honest,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know yet. In a great picture, President Trump is able to get out of there, get the Strait of Hormuz moving, not have a problem with Iran, then the gas prices do come down. Inflation will come down automatically because of that. Then you have the new Fed chairman, because interest rates are coming down to try to avoid a recession. You start lowering the Fed fund rate, which will lower interest rates overall for people to actually purchase homes, really spurring the economy. And so that you could have a robust economy. That's painting the rosy picture. That's what I'm hoping.
That's what we're hoping too, man. Hopefully things whittle themselves out relatively soon. Frank, we'll have you on again on May 3rd, right? Is that that's the first Sunday in May, or is that date work for you?
Yeah, that should be fine. Also, I don't know if you noticed, my A's went to New York, and they pretty much walked out of New York with the first place. They're up in first place right now, so I'm happy about that. We're still
enjoy that while you have it.
And I saw Seattle actually did pretty good. They did a good job against Houston, so
yeah,
that's
swept them.
Tighten up the West out here.
Yeah, I was at the game on Friday night. It was good. It was good. Next time you come up, man, if you ever come up this way, let me know. We'll go during baseball season. We'll go check out a game. Or you can meet me in Vegas. When I go to Vegas again, we'll go watch an A's game once that new stadium opens up down there.
Yeah, you have to let me know. That's
for sure, man.
Definitely would love to do.
Frank, we appreciate the heck out of you, man. Thank you so much for just continuing to support us and be a part of this. And we'll talk to you on May 3rd.
All right, you guys be safe.
There he goes. It is Frank Aquila, a longtime conservative insider, friend of the show, author of the book Sarah Palin Out of Nowhere, all around good dude. And he's camping out in Tennessee now. And still loving it down there, Frank?
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. I mean, the weather's 80 something degrees today. I just love it. You know, it's just it's a great choice. A great choice I made.
It's 55 and raining in the Seattle area today, Frank.
Yeah, I heard.
All right, man. We love you. Thank you so much, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye now.
All right. That's Frank Aquila. Again, you can check him out. Look for that book, Sarah Palin Out of Nowhere, a long time ago, but there's some really cool political truths that weave themselves through that I think still apply today. So thanks to Frank for joining us. Listen, I hope he's right. I think we can all say I think even people who hate Trump can honestly say, I hope Frank's right.
Sure.
Trump navigates us through this. Things with Iran settle down. The changes that Trump makes works for the country at the interest level rate and economic growth. We avoid inflation and a recession, and things kind of settle into a normal groove again, right?
Yeah.
But golly, man, it is so hard.
I don't think the shipping lanes is going to be sorted out real easy.
No, I don't.
And if we pack up our bags and just go home and say, okay, we're leaving Iran alone, they're not going to change their behavior.
No, I think they're going to be worse.
Yeah.
Like Frank said, they're going to be emboldened, right?
So maybe gas prices go up more.
I don't think gas prices will go up more because Iran is still going to sell their oil, right? They need their oil to be sold on the world market because they've got to rebuild.
Yeah.
They got an infrastructure to rebuild. They're not going to be done with their nuclear program. I don't care what anybody says. So they're going to need to sell their oil. And so when their oil can go back out on the market, we don't buy their oil. So people ask me, well, why did our oil go up if we don't get any oil from Iran? And it's because we live in a world economy now. So when China can't buy oil from Iran, China is going to buy oil from whomever else they can.
Yep.
Those countries that are going to now sell their oil to China for more, we're selling their oil to other countries. But now that oil is not available because China is willing to pay more. So now Exxon, who's based in the U.S., says, well, there's an opportunity across the world for us to sell our oil that we have drilled right here in the U.S.
Yeah.
We're a private company looking for profits. We can sell this money on the open market, this oil on the open market to other countries we don't normally sell as much to.
Yeah.
And at a premium price because now there's a higher demand worldwide.
Well, it's simple supply and demand.
Yeah.
I mean, 20% of the supply is not available. So, of course, prices are going up.
John said we should call the Strait of Hormuz the Strait of America. I'm okay with that. And look, I'm going to say it, right? Like, I wasn't opposed to Iran within the first 36 hours, 48 hours of what we saw. Like, to me, it made sense. Iran really is a bad actor.
Agreed. But they hadn't done anything bad when we went in.
Well, but again, I think that's debatable, right? I mean, nothing new bad.
Right.
But they had still been backing Hamas and Hezbollah,
right?
Which not only is a threat to Israel, and we can have a conversation about whether or not we should be so far up Israel's ass, because we completely are, and that's a valid conversation to have. But even if you take Israel off of the balance, right? There's been threats to U.S. ships and other shipping issues in the region because Iran is backing the Houthis, and the Houthis have taken pot shots at trade, right? Iran was responsible for the deaths of literally thousands of U.S. troops in Iraq because Iran was funding operations in Iraq targeting U.S. troops. Like, Iran is a bad actor, bad problem, bad issue. But
we've made that problem worse now.
No, I would agree. And it's because I don't think we handled it right to begin with.
No.
Like I said, listen, people are not going to like me. I'm going to get a lot of crap in chat for this, and that's okay, guys. You can call me out here in a minute. If you're going to go to war, you go to war correct. You go to war 100%.
Right.
You don't half-ass it. Because when you half-ass it, you put your troops at risk and you draw it out. If the U.S. went into Iran with this idea that we're just going to start blowing crap up like everything, like this is Dresden 1942, Iran would melt in a week. But we are fighting a battle, a war of public perception and public approval and American approval. And Americans are not going to approve of a war. I mean, look how much angst and anger there was about the girls' school that got hit in the war zone. That was one school that got hit.
Mm-hmm.
You start carpet bombing Tehran, it's going to be 1,000 times worse.
Well,
and you won't win a public relations war that way.
Yeah, and you can't just carpet bomb like we did during World War II.
But I don't know why you can't.
Because we're more technologically advanced and we can be more selective in our targets about, we're going to hit military targets, leave the civilians alone.
Yeah. Again, you don't win a war that way. Can you name a war that we've won doing that?
No.
No.
Not a single one.
No, you can't. The wars we actually won were the wars we spent where we just indiscriminately kicked their ass all over the place.
Yep.
There was no, I'm only going to hit specific targets. There was no, we're going to try to minimize civilian casualties. And I'm not advocating for the murders of a whole bunch of people. I'm merely suggesting if you're going to choose to go to war, you go to war. You do not go to war to play nice and try to be fair, even Steven, because your enemy isn't going to fight the war that way.
No, I mean we've already talked about this. I mean we haven't fought a war correctly since World War II.
Yeah. Tawny said blah blah blah. I'm not sure who she's blah blah blahing to. Blah blah blah. Do you speak the same language my ex-wife speaks? Blah blah blah. He leaked it to Iran 2 weeks before he did it. Trump did. Yes, he did. Or were you not listening to him? He bypassed Congress's dislike. President passed, bypassing the Constitution. He said he was going to be different. He said he loved the Constitution. You don't get to break laws you don't agree with. I'm not debating any of that, but I will caution you, he hasn't broken the Constitution. The War Powers Act allows him a 60-day window to go basically F with whoever he wants in whatever way he wants to without congressional approval. That's the War Powers Act. That's federal law that was passed by Congress. So I hear you, and I think you've got some really valid points, but the idea that he circumvented Congress, he's not the first president to do that, and he certainly won't be the last.
No, I mean that's how we got involved in Korea and Vietnam.
And the War Powers Act allows him to do it. So there's no violation of the Constitution here.
Yet.
Not yet. Now, once we get to April 30th, we can have that conversation. Now, Tanya has a good point. She said only if there is an imminent threat to the homeland. The problem with that, Tanya, is that there's no distinct outline of how you define the phrase imminent threat. You know what I mean? Like that. It's what I don't like about the legislation. If you leave it too open-ended, anybody can attribute something. Trump could say the imminent threat is, well, all the stuff going on in that neck of the woods is going to increase gas prices, which threatens our economy and makes us weaker and blah, blah, blah. Right. I don't support it, but I think the idea of giving a label, well, you have to be able to say this is an imminent threat. That's totally opinion. Anybody can make an opinion. That law isn't structured well enough to give him a legal line to draw, a legal line in the sand, so to speak. That's all. No, Tanya, I'm talking about she said that's not legislation. It is. The War Powers Act of 1972 was legislation passed by Congress. So I hear, but listen, you and I are not as far opposed as you think. I'm just speaking legalistically, right? The problem is what Trump did was half-assed. What Trump did in Iran was half-assed. It was not fully committed, and you cannot win a half-assed war. Vietnam was half-assed. Iraq 1 and 2, half-assed. Grenada was freaking perfect. But Grenada was only about getting Noriega out of there. And then we left. But everything else we've done militarily since the 60s has been half-assed. Afghanistan was half-assed.
Oh, for sure.
We left so much stuff there. It was half-assed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not advocating for murdering tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of civilians, but you cannot win a war if you're not going to go all the way in. And if you're not going to go all the way in, then you do not go to war. Because that doesn't make any sense. It's after 8. Beeler's here. We're going to bring her on camera in just a moment. She can join us and tell us how right Kevin is. She has a look on her face like she's going to stab me in the eye. Okay. Nancy said, yep, Trump should have kicked ass. No nice guy. Again, I'm not advocating for the murder of hundreds of thousands of civilians. Listen, you can't get married if you're not going to stay faithful. Now, that doesn't mean that people don't get married and don't stay faithful and then they screw it up. But you can't really get married unless you're going to stay faithful. You can't go to war unless you're going to indiscriminately kill everybody who's not you. And you can, but you're going to fail. If you cheat in your marriage, you're going to fail. If you don't fight a war to win a war, you're going to fail. And that's what the U.S. and Western Europe has done since the 60s. Period. All right. We'll take a break. Beeler's going to join us. We have to ask her the grandpa question. And so we'll ask her that as well. And we'll get to some other topics. And we'll be back. It's more. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. Your comments in chat, we'll take a look at those as well. I can't tell if Tawny agrees with me or not, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. Stick around. Outlaw Radio Network. Back out of this.
This is the Outlaw Radio Network.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network, powered by our friends at Destination Highway 420, Kitsap County's premier stop for premium selection. Find your destination today, 21 and over.
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Ring Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Ring Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Ring Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager fell victim to fake pills. Smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Where are these pills coming from? And how are kids getting them? Right from under our noses, crooks are targeting kids on social media and selling them counterfeit pills that could seal their fate with the click of a button. It may seem harmless. Maybe it doesn't even seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. So before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal? Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
Some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf
Sometimes
of
I have to
thank you.
mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplaining.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday night at their new time from 6 to 10.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance, Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
This episode of the Outlaw Radio Network is brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. Looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe? Destination Highway 420 offers a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrate from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
The older people, I know you're getting a little edgy right now, but you better get into me because I don't want to bum you out, but I'm the future of America.
This is the Outlaw Radio Network.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. It's kind of stony, huh?
It's a real thing. A radio signal from another world.
The United States government presents
The Outlaw Radio Network. Outlaw Radio Network.
To provide guidance to mankind.
Outlaw Radio. Peeler's here! Yay! Yay! By the way, I would just like to say how disappointed I am that Eric Swalwell never made any inappropriate sexual advances towards me.
Oh, you're sad about that?
I'm very sad. Well, I could have sold the book deal and made a lot of money
good
off
point.
it.
Good point.
Sorry, Eric, call me. We'll do lunch. Somebody's mic. Is yours?
That me?
Oh, that you.
That's
okay,
me.
you. Yeah,
Sorry,
turn
I'm
yourself
getting
down.
settled here, guys.
Good Lord. Hello,
Running-
Beeler. How
running
are
it.
you? How was your
Nice.
Easter?
My Easter was so great. How was yours?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I didn't announce this last hour when we started, but I do want to remind everybody we're not going to be here next week. Next week is the annual WrestleMania party. We do this every year. This will be the 21st annual hangout at Kevin's house and watch men in tights beat other men in tights with steel chairs. We'll barbecue. We'll eat tons of food. We'll play video games. We'll make general nuisances out of ourselves for the entire weekend. So no show next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks. And it'll be a ton of fun.
Stinks.
Beeler, are you? Well, don't blame me. I don't use that microphone. Are you coming to the? Are you coming to the WrestleMania party, Beals?
On Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday?
Not Saturday.
both
'Cause
times.
I don't plan on being able to do much of anything by the end of Saturday after the Destination Highway 420.
Oh, that's right. That's
418 event that we're emceeing, and I will be
That's
judging
right.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right.
And I got to tell you, I stopped in there the other day and John was so excited. He was showing me all the stuff they're putting together, and the gift bags for participants are awesome. And don't forget, people, you do need to get registered for that event to be able to go.
Yes.
So
And how do they register, Beals?
they could head into the store and scan the QR code, or
for me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what it is. And then,
Is there a link from the website as well?
yeah, they can go on the website and register there as well.
Outstanding. All right.
But I recommend going in.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And we did talk about them to open the show, and one thing that Tom and I talked about is a lot of people who aren't familiar with cannabis products
Mhm.
don't know where to start.
Right.
The best thing they could do is go to Destination Highway 420, talk to some of the staff, and just ask questions and tell them what they're looking for.
Mhm.
Maybe they're looking for some unwinding on a Friday night.
Right.
Perfect. That's one group of product. Maybe they've got some, like my mom used to have. She had problems sleeping. She had some phantom pain.
Mhm.
Okay, that's another group of products.
Right.
I would go in and talk to the staff there and tell them what you're looking for and let them guide you.
Right. And they're so patient. They will not rush you. They will take the time and make sure that you leave there with what it is you need, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I think the key thing is too is that people who are not like me, right? Like I'm not educated in it, never used it, it's not my thing. But people that could get benefit out of it just assume it's just to get high. Like you just want to get high. It's like getting drunk. You just want to be stupid and get high or whatever.
No, that's not
and there's
it at
so
all.
much. And no, that's what I'm saying. There's so much more to it than that.
Yeah, there
But
really
you need
is.
to educate yourself, and the best way to do that is to talk to somebody who's knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even Google it because
There's so much conflicting information out there.
your Googling is based on the source and the agenda they have.
Right.
Now, obviously, the staff at SNI 420, they're going to be pro, right? They're going to be for it because they work there, but they're going to be able to point you in the direction of the products and stuff that you're looking for that are going to fit what you're hoping to find. So I would go down there and talk to them. And that April 18th event is a really good time to do it.
Absolutely.
Get a little swag bag and meet some people and get an introduction, talk to some folks and say hi to Beeler.
And talk to the different farmers in the area that'll be there.
Oh, that's right, because there'll be a
Yeah.
lot of the cannabis
Companies,
Cannabis
yeah.
companies will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like the Puyallup Fair for Tom and Dennis.
I love it.
Like I go to the Puyallup Fair hoping to find some cool Funkos or some really good food or and Tom and Dennis are like, I don't need to go to the Puyallup Fair. I can just go to Destination Highway 420 for their April 18th event, and it'll be just like the fair, just without the rides. So good.
Oh no, when it's done right, there's rides.
So, anyways, I forgot where I was going with that story.
Go ahead.
I don't remember where I was going with that story. Oh, so I'm not going anywhere Saturday because I'll be judging that. And then
But you'll come by on Sunday maybe for the big WrestleMania party.
What time does it go from?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be back. People can come over to my house by about noon on Sunday. The show starts at 4.
Okay.
But I'll get there at noon. We'll get food out.
Yeah, what kind of food are you gonna have on Sunday?
I have no idea. It's a potluck.
Oh, that's totally how it.
No,
yeah.
but it's a potluck, so you don't know what anybody's bringing. I am going to have burgers and dogs and hot links to throw on the grill, so we'll have that. Maybe some brats.
Alicia, it's a good time.
Oh, there's so much food.
It really is a good time.
I'm sure it is.
Well, you should show up.
There will be buffalo chicken dip. I don't know if I'll make it or if Stacy will make it. My friend Stacy, that's usually what she brings. But if she's not making it, I'm going to. So
Yeah, I just get really uncomfortable around a lot of people that I don't know these days.
Yeah, but you'll know Tom, you'll know Dennis, you'll know me.
And Isaac, yeah.
Isaac's coming. You gonna come, Isaac?
Yeah,
Isaac will be there.
You'll usually there's
Paul will probably call in because that's what he does.
there's a couple few listeners that tend to show up that you've met.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a good time.
It's fun.
I'll
It
think
is
about
my
it.
plan to show up afterwards on
Saturday.
On Saturday, and
Yeah.
then
Yep.
there for the whole thing on Sunday.
We'll get there early Sunday. We have our yearly game of Madden football to play.
Which
Dennis.
we haven't played in like 3 years. We're
No.
overdue.
I know. You need to get there.
Oh no! Last year there was at least one Madden game that went down last year.
There was. It was Paul and Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you got into
Paul
that.
got his ass handed to him. I whooped him so bad at that game last year.
Yeah, there's always shit talk over Madden football.
There always is. Always. When I play some Halo, get some poker going, all kinds of
You
things.
guys are funny.
Nancy said, "Wow, that sounds so exciting." Not Nancy. Listen, don't knock it till you try it. Like really. Beeler wants to talk about the mustache I'm trying to grow.
Yes.
We'll talk about that just for a second. We won't spend a lot of time on it. Are you not a fan?
It's just giving me porn stash vibes. It's very
It's very well.
it's
not,
very super troopery.
It's not grown out yet. It's only like about a week's worth since the last time I shaved. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna try new things.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, just do it.
Tom said he thought it looked good.
Just like Nike says, just do it. Right?
The consensus at church was a little mixed.
Yeah.
A lot of people at church this morning liked it. One person walked up to me and said, "Good morning, officer." Some people were
which
not fans.
reinforces that
Yeah,
super trooper thing.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
I'm well aware. I'm well aware. Listen, the other thing I wanted to talk about before we get more political talk. I don't know if you saw this on my page or if I told you, but I'm going to be a grandpa.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's so exciting.
I need to figure out what the baby gets to call me.
Oh my gosh, yes. You need a good grandpa name. Let's see.
Yeah, and it can't be Gramps. It can't be Grandpa. It can't be Pappy. It can't be Papa, because that's what my dad was called by my kids, and I don't measure up to him. So it can't be that.
Can I just tell you a really quick story?
Yes, please do.
About my mother, because my daughter Olivia was the first grandchild for her, and she was like, she can call me anything but Nana, and then literally Olivia started calling her Nana.
That's how it works.
That's my folks. It's
Yeah.
my folks are Nana and Pop. To my to their grandkids.
Kevin Nelson said if he could arrange transportation, he would come. Kevin, send me a message. We'll try to figure something out. You should be there.
Yeah.
Kevin Nelson's a pal. So you guys have any good nickname ideas?
Let's see.
Do we need to think about it? Listeners, you can put that in the chat as well.
Yeah, listeners, pipe up. Let's see what. I mean, that doesn't really leave us many options, bud.
I know, but I don't want it to sound make me sound old.
Huh?
Because I'm not old.
So go into some of your your culture.
My culture?
Right. Like, if you were German, like Dennis, Opa. Opa is like a grandpa kind of thing.
How did Beeler just speak Klingon?
It was a little guttural.
That was my German. I don't know what it was saying.
I don't think
Came from my deep in my diaphragm, though.
I don't think when you speak German,
with my grandson, Opa was picked for me by Missy.
Yeah.
Because she goes, I'm gonna be Oma, you're gonna be Opa. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. Because it didn't matter to me either way.
Yeah.
But then my granddaughter, on the other hand, she started with Opa, and it changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be Grampy 1 minute.
I looked for Samish, which is my Native American tribe, and there is no direct word in the Samish language.
How about Chief?
How about Chief? How about Chief? Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll see how well it goes over. All right, we'll continue to ponder it. Peter, I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
Because I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Just how you feel about. We talked with Frank a lot last hour about what's going on with Iran. Obviously, the War Powers Act gave him 60 days, with another 30 after that if needed to withdraw. That 60 days expires on April 29th. What do you think from a conservative's perspective, because you are a conservative, and then what do you think from a constitutionalist perspective, because you are a constitutional scholar, almost as good as me, but you're close? How do you feel about that?
Hold on a second. My eyeballs are stuck in the back of my head from that extreme eye roll.
I heard it roll so hard, I heard it clang.
Oh, let's see.
Dennis, why did you send me this person's I'll turn your mic on.
For non-show related purposes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's just interrupt Alicia's train of thought for non-show purpose.
I wanted to make sure this wasn't about a guest.
She doesn't forget enough as it is.
No, that's the Jersey person, dude.
Okay, all right. Just checking. Okay, go ahead, Beeler. What do you think about this from a conservative viewpoint and a constitutionalist viewpoint?
I'm going to have to say that both of my views are the same on this from both perspectives, and that is Trump is doing what needs to be done right now in the Middle East. And when he gets to that 90 days, if it needs to go further, we'll see what happens in Congress.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance that Congress approves an extension?
I think he pissed off a lot of people in the last week. So we'll see how many people actually stay Team Trump in Congress.
Yeah.
Did you get that sense as well? Because I felt like a lot of people were just like, I can't believe he's doing this right now. And
I think the margins are tight.
Yeah.
And I think there was a couple Republicans that had said they wouldn't vote to continue it.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything's happened since it started that would move that needle, right?
I mean,
think if anything,
besides him coming out and being like, we're going to blow shit up and all that.
No, that's what I mean. But nothing,
Yeah.
nothing positive has happened that would move the needle where they might reconsider supporting
Yeah,
it,
nothing.
you know?
Yeah, I don't think we've really gotten anywhere over there. That would, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really terrified that we're going to put boots on the ground.
Why did Robert Parker say what was Kevin doing deep in your diaphragm? What the fuck are you talking about, Robert
I
Parker?
don't know what he's talking about.
God.
Sometimes, when we have nice
Are you
conversations-
12?
Jane says that her and Corey are Mima and Papa, or Mima and Peepaw. Okay, that's awesome.
That's cute.
Tegan said WrestleMania sounds fun. You guys take a lot of pictures. I guess it means Tegan's not coming. Tawny says Papa Stash.
Yes, I like it.
I don't know if I'll have the stash in a week, let alone in September when the babies do, let alone in a year and a half when the baby starts speaking. We'll have to see. Do either one of you, Tom, I'll include you in this, do either one of you think we need boots on the ground? Would either one of you support that? Actually, Tom's a libertarian. That's the stupidest question I could have asked.
I know.
Because
Please,
his
can we
answer
not
is
do
gonna
this
be-
again?
His answer is going to be, well, that's why the two-party system is horrible. And
No, I've said from the beginning, I don't think we should be over there. But if we're going to go over there,
Yeah, let's do it.
Fight right.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we've talked about that, and we haven't fought right in a long time. So
Beeler?
if we're going to fight, go do it right.
Beeler, do you support boots on the ground?
At this moment in time?
Yeah.
No, but I think if we don't start withdrawing soon, we're going to have to come to a serious consideration on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really get to a point where now we either have to
withdraw,
shit or get off the pot, right?
Right, exactly.
We either have to fully commit, or we need to start drawing down.
Right. So if we're going to fully commit, we need to pound the crap out of every military target and then put boots on the ground.
Pound some ass.
But exactly.
Or as Beeler calls it, Saturday night.
But I mean, we need to turn all of those military areas into glass parking lots, and then we put boots on the ground.
Do you worry that we're creating another generation of terrorists by doing that, though?
Absolutely.
I mean, it just feels like it repeats the cycle. It's wash, rinse, repeat.
Right, which is why I've said we don't belong over there.
Yeah.
You know, but if we're going to go in and fight, then
Okay, but what are we going to do? Like, the last time we supported a regime change and then put somebody in, this is the guy we just took out. Like,
yeah, right. Leave the Middle East alone.
Yeah, we need to just do what needs to be done and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but nothing needs to be done. I mean,
now because we just got rid of all the uranium and shit.
Well, but did we?
Here's the problem
Okay,
with
listen.
that. But the serious question though,
I
Beeler,
think we did.
Did we? Because the Iranians knew weeks and weeks ahead of time that Trump was coming. Trump telegraphed it. There was nothing surprising about it. You don't think the Iranians are smart enough to wake up one day and go, "Hey guys, maybe we should move our uranium somewhere that isn't marked on their little maps."
Kevin, I'm sure that did happen, but I also know that our technology and our people are smart enough to be fucking watching them and know what they're doing and know exactly where it's fucking going.
But okay, hold on. You're being very hostile.
I know you just
so
raged me.
Hold on. But couldn't the same thing have been said with the Iraq war when we knew that there were weapons of mass destruction? We went in there and then it comes out later there were
We
never
don't
any?
have the same technology now that we had back then.
Oh, we had
nothing.
we had reasonably good satellite imagery then.
Well, I'm sure we did.
Yeah. So here,
you're so hostile.
I know. I'm just saying. You just bring something out in me. I think
Maybe Robert's right. Maybe I should be all up in that diaphragm. Anyway, go ahead, Tom.
I don't remember what the hell I was going to say.
I know, right? He does that all the damn time.
All about poking the bear tonight.
All the time.
Using the justification to be in Iran, using, I guess, the same justification tools for Iran that we used in Iraq and Afghanistan and Iraq and blah, blah, blah. Those tools don't work. I mean, years later, we've gone and I mean, the American public is now very aware that, it was all bullshit that we went into Iraq over. It was all bullshit that we went into Afghanistan over. Iran didn't do anything. So we shouldn't be there. Now, if Iran had done something, if they had launched an ICBM at the U.S. or something, yeah, go and stomp the crap out of them.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything, so we didn't have anything to hold them accountable for. So leave the Middle East alone.
Yeah, I think Tawny agrees with you. You know, she said we need to stop meddling. The schoolhouse won't unbomb itself. I think it comes down to what the state of objective is, right? Trump's objective when this thing started was regime change. That's what he said. He wanted regime change. We don't have regime change.
And
if the objective was we're going to beat up their military and stop their uranium enrichment program, then okay, fine, this is a success. But that's not what he said. He said we want regime change, and he didn't do it.
And it's not our country to change the leadership in.
No. Well, that's the other thing I was going to ask too. Isn't this really a Saudi Arabia issue?
No, it's an Iranian issue.
No. What I'm saying is, if you've got an issue in the Middle East, in that part of the Middle East that needs to be handled, isn't that a Saudi Arabia issue? Isn't that a Qatar issue? Isn't that a UAE issue? It's not on our. If it was Cuba, it'd be our issue.
Sure, if it was Cuba or Canada or Mexico.
Yeah. But it's not.
No.
And Saudi Arabia is a rich ass freaking country.
Yeah.
They got a buttload of money.
Yeah.
They could handle this if they wanted to.
Yeah.
We'd sell them fighter planes and tanks and jets and bombs and weapons and stuff. We sell it to everybody else.
Well, they can.
Boy Scout Troop 86 in Kent is buying weapons grade uranium from the American government so they can wage war against the Girl Scouts down the street. We'd sell all that stuff to Saudi Arabia.
And the Saudis can probably handle Iran on a diplomatic level better than we can handle Iran on a diplomatic level. So why do people have to fight? Diplomacy first.
This American Mutt, which is a great name in chat, by the way. I think he says, what are you talking about? Like, what are your opinions? We don't care for our families, our neighbors, our community, our country before we waste our time to deal with other countries. We should care for our country, they go on to say. Don't disagree.
Yeah.
The problem is, listen, I'm going to make somebody mad. It's always that's always such a horrible argument though, Mutt. And here's why. Because the people that are messing around in other countries argue that this will impact our country in the end. Either we don't take out Iran because of the terrorists and eventually the terrorists hit us. Now you know what I mean? So they're always going to argue that it has an impact on America. It has an impact on families. It has an impact on our domestic safety. They always argue that. So just to say, well, we shouldn't be dealing outside of the country because we need to worry about our country first. It's a flawed argument. Like World War I was not our fight, if that's the argument you're going to use, because nothing happened over here in World War I. But it was our fight because it involved the world and the economy and our allies and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that argument, well, you got to care about us first, is such an incomplete, like, nationalistic idea that doesn't work in a global economy today. It just doesn't.
It's only part of the picture.
It's totally incomplete part of the picture. Now, I'm not advocating we should have done with what we did with Iran, because I think this was, excuse my language, the most fucked up, unplanned, non-coordinated, zero foresight idea that he could have rolled out.
Well, it's almost like, you know, he said, okay, we're going to go in and destroy infrastructure, et cetera, give the people of Iran a chance to rise up and take back their country.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, well, what if they don't? No one ever asked that question. No one said, well, what if?
Yeah. What happens if their leadership structure doesn't crumble? Which is exactly what it did. It didn't crumble.
Right.
Like they gave it to the Ayatollah's son. Now, the rumor is the Ayatollah's son's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And that he's been in Moscow receiving treatment, which may or may not be true. Nobody's seen him since he took over. But again, their government hasn't crumbled. Their legislative body, whatever it is, hasn't fallen apart.
The people haven't risen up and tried to overthrow.
And if that's what they want, if they want the Iranian government, let them have it.
Yeah.
Literally, let them have what they want. Yeah. There's a reason why that country still lives in the goddamn Stone Age. That country is literally still in the Stone Age.
You just spit on me.
Did I really?
Gross.
Oh, you weren't. Sorry. They live in huts and caves still. Now, Tehran's a thriving metropolis city.
And 47 years ago,
Yeah,
it was
can
much
we-
more Western.
Yeah,
Mike's right. We need to just see how it plays out at this point. I mean, at least
Yeah.
until the end of the month and see what happens within the 90 days,
Yeah, but don't you think that Iran knows that the end of the month is coming? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so Iran has no motivation to do anything in the next 2.5 weeks because they know in 2.5 weeks they're either going to get the crap kicked out of them, or, and I think this is more likely, the U.S. is going to start scaling it back.
Or
And then they're going to have survived, and they're going to give us the finger and say, look, we stood up to the great Satan and we won because they retreated.
Yeah,
we didn't retreat, but they're going to play it out like the great American devil retreated with his tail between his legs.
If we leave with the way it is right now, it's going to stay that way, and oil prices are going to stay where they are, and the price of everything else is going to stay where it is.
I don't agree, because once Iran can start selling its oil again, it's going to, because it's going to need the money to rebuild, and that it will drive down international demand. So I disagree with you on that front, but I do agree with what you said before Beeler got here, which is Iran's going to be a pissed off kitty cat.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out of this propped up like they won, and they're going to pick fights.
Not if we go in there and stop them.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we've already started, so like it or not, we have to finish it.
Yeah. Wow.
Mutt said, Mutt, I'm just calling you Mutt for short now. I hope that's okay. Does anyone else ask how your family is doing? Does anyone else ask how your neighbors are doing? Does anyone ask how we care for our community? If not, how are we united?
I definitely do that.
I mean, I'm part of a big church community. That's kind of a churchy thing to do, is ask how people are doing, and some people are authentic, some kind of cheat their way through it. But my community, I feel like they do.
I do, definitely.
I mean, I know when we lost power a couple months ago, I called my neighbors and said, I got a generator if you guys need to come over and
That was very nice.
hang out where it's warm, or throw something in the oven for your kids. Like, come
Yeah,
over.
that's cool.
So I think people do that.
Fair enough.
But I think if you get into big cities, people don't do it. You think people in Seattle are doing that for their neighbors? I don't think so.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. No, there's still close-knit neighborhoods.
Yeah, they really are, I would say.
You know, I've a good friend of mine lives over in West Seattle now, but his previous residence was this really cool little cul-de-sac in a very busy part of Seattle. But this really cool little cul-de-sac, everyone, every weekend over the
doing
summer
stuff.
get together and barbecue, and the kids would all hang out and play. It was very suburban feeling.
Yeah. I just because it's a different kind of viewpoint over that way, I think it's human nature that people need community in their lives,
people are people.
wherever that comes from.
Yeah.
Even if it's just their group of friends, that is their community. So
Yeah. And it'll look different. That group of friends
Absolutely.
in an urban environment is going to be totally different from the group
Right.
of friends in a rural environment, but it's still the same connection.
Yeah.
By the way, talking about community stuff, the 2026 McCormick Communities Annual Yard Sale will be coming up on June 6th. Which
Why
is
do we
a
have
massive,
to fast forward to June?
Well, we were talking about community stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just remembered I saw that, and that's like up the hill for me. So
right on.
I'm looking forward to. I love yard sales, community sales.
Me too.
Well, we're trying to get the night market going again here at Town Square.
Nice.
So
Why did you guys stop doing that?
It's a lot of work, and F-Bomb and I were the ones that did all the paperwork and the organizing and all of the stuff, and we did it for pretty much a year. It was like all of 2022, and then one of our business neighbors that's not here anymore in around 2023 say, hey, you guys worked really hard, you were busy, and why don't you take a break and we'll run it for a year. And F-Bomb and I both went, okay, sounds great. Yeah, they pissed it into the ground in like 3 months. They just poor organization skills, poor communication skills, blah, 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 blah. And they killed it. So we decided to revitalize it.
Cool.
Well, I think you should have, I think Beeler and I should have a dance off.
That is the third time
I
you
know.
have challenged me to a dance off. Let's do it.
Now we can have the dance off in public.
Let's do it.
DJ D might be there, and if he's there, he can play some music. What are we dancing off to? What song?
I don't know.
Well, you're gonna have to pick a song.
I will. It's probably gonna be Flow Rida.
Flow Rida.
Flow Rida.
Which one? It's going down for real.
How about Wild Ones?
Really, Wild Ones? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever
Yeah,
you want.
that's my favorite Flow Rida
I'll whoop
song.
that candy ass at some dancing.
Oh my God, I
Jesus bless me with
love
these.
dancing.
Jesus
I do
bless me
not.
with these sick moves. And then Mutt said that is beautiful. Yet why do so many of us struggle? And when we ask for help, our state turns their heads. Love bargaining, love yard sales. And then what is your live about? Well, the live is about everything, mostly politics, but everything. Why do people struggle? I think you have a really good point. I think I'm assuming you're in Washington State. Maybe you're not. In Washington State, the government really doesn't care. Honestly,
they care. They just don't care about us.
They care about their bottom line tax.
Their agenda. They care about their agenda.
Yeah, I do think he's got a point though. Like people are struggling.
How do you know it's a he?
Because you women don't usually refer to themselves as mutts.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm assuming mutt. If I misgendered you, I apologize. I think that
it's probably a safe assumption.
I think that people are struggling, and I think as the economy continues to spiral downward, as the cost of gas goes up and other goods will go up as well accordingly, I think that people are going to continue to struggle. Honestly, I think it's going to get worse. You know, I've got my daughter's mom.
It is a woman.
What? Amazing. My daughter's mom, her boyfriend is affiliated with a nonprofit food bank in the county. I won't say which one. But I know that they're being hit hard by people that are hitting the food bank that haven't been hitting them before. You know, because the economy's doing what it does. And with you increase the cost of gas in the state of Washington on average by about $1.25 per gallon from where it was 3 months ago. Who's that going to hit hardest? It's going to hit the people with lower disposable income that cannot afford it.
Right.
And in this state, the Democrats have said, we're all concerned about the LGBTQ and the minority and the African Americans and the Asian Americans and the Latino Americans and all these maligned communities that are more susceptible to poor economic structure. And then they slaughter them with higher taxes. So that
it's the same for white people too, man.
Well, but I'm just talking about the Democrat talking point.
Yeah. Okay.
We care about all these maligned communities that are so impacted by poor economy and are so susceptible to being victimized by the rich. Well, guess who's victimizing the poor communities now? It's not the rich.
It's the Democrats.
It's the government.
It's the government. Government.
It's the government.
Government.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bitches.
Tegan said that's why they're not coming to WrestleMania. Gas prices. Well, you need to change your priorities, Tegan. You need to learn. You need to learn to spend where it's appropriate. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hey. Before I bring up the next topic, do you guys have anything on your mind? Like, I'm driving the show tonight, but I don't know. Are there things in your world that you want to talk about tonight before I just assume that there's not? Although, Peeler, let me tell you, you look really good tonight. You've clearly been putting in the time.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. There's your nightly compliment. That's all you get.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's good to hear that. Actually, I like compliments, so thank you.
No, can I challenge the listeners for that? Since you brought that up,
What?
Give somebody a compliment tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just for whatever, any reason at all. Just give somebody a compliment tomorrow.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But I don't think the average person does. Like, literally,
Yeah.
see somebody who you think needs a
gosh.
compliment, give them a compliment and
Yes.
expect nothing back in return.
Even if it's just to tell someone they have a great purse or like a great coat or their hair looks good. Like,
no, can I be honest with you?
What?
I hate those compliments.
Why?
Because I want the compliment to be personal.
Oh yeah, well if
But
they are
I'm-
smiling and have a great smile,
But about them, compliment something they bring to the relationship that
Okay,
that
but-
is unique about them. Because the purse will go away.
you fucking dumb shit.
What?
I'm
See, I
talking
told her to give a
about
compliment, she calls
I'm
me
talking
names.
about random people on the street. You don't know anything about them. You're having a half a second interaction walking by them.
I can't do random people compliments.
Why can't you?
Because that feels creepy. Like
that
if
isn't creepy.
Do you know what I would love to do, but I don't do it because it's creepy? I would
What?
love to go buy like $20 worth of flowers at Pike's Place.
Yeah.
And just walk out and hand them to random people.
Women would love that, dude.
I think women would look at me like I'm a crazy stalker, dude. That's
wouldn't.
Seattle.
No,
I must
they
be on
wouldn't.
meth.
No, they wouldn't.
I got the porn mustache now too, so it can't.
Well, I mean, the mustache might send it over the edge, but I'm telling you, women would love that.
Would you? Okay, I'm gonna try that one day.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I think
do
you
that.
should.
I'm gonna go buy $20 worth of flowers, and I'm just gonna start handing them out to random
You know,
people.
did you know you didn't even have to get on the ferry and go all the way to Seattle to get that? You could go to the farmer's market in downtown Port Orchard, and there's someone down there selling a big bouquet of beautiful flowers.
And
Oh,
$20 will get you more than 4 stems.
I haven't been to the farmer's market in Port Orchard in forever.
Oh man, it's grown so
Was it good?
much.
Did you go this weekend?
Well, no, I did not go this weekend.
I was just curious. I was just curious
Yeah.
how many vendors are down.
But I saw them the weekend before, and they were gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody got you flowers from the farmer's market?
No one got me flowers from the farmer's market.
Tom, let's remember to bring her flowers next.
Okay.
In 2 weeks on the show.
Okay.
In 2 weeks. On the
I will agree right now because I'm a polite guy, but the chance that the chances
You're
of me
actually gonna go
remembering-
down there.
No, the chances of me remembering, right? I actually really miss the farmer's market.
I know, it's great.
Yeah.
It's horse crap. They won't let your business down there.
Craft distilleries used to be allowed at
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the state legislature made a rule change and just took out distilleries.
Yeah,
Wineries
they're
and
dicks.
breweries are still there.
They're such dicks.
I don't understand. I didn't understand it when they did it. And,
Good Lord. Anyways, yeah. What else?
The state. I don't know. Did you guys have anything you want to talk about before I go to the next topic?
Well, I did send you that story that I saw today on the Canadian woman.
that crazy Canadian
Yeah, but
acronym.
the acronym.
Oh, you know what? I did see that too. Let me hold on.
Yeah, she added like missing.
MMIW is where it
Yeah,
started.
missing.
Yeah, I couldn't even keep.
I can't remember what it was. Indigenous women, Indigenous
Oh, I'm
women.
going to read it to you. So
Okay,
this is the
all right.
story out of Canada.
Yeah.
Because our neighbors to the north have lost their ever-loving minds. All right. So the acronym is MMIWG, the number 2, SLGBTQQIA+.
Okay, stop for a second. Because I watched the clip of this lady saying this in the parliament or wherever the fuck she was. I don't know. And she literally didn't skip a beat.
No, she rattled it off.
How long did it take her to memorize that fucking chain of letters?
Again, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it one more time.
Okay.
Because it takes 48 seconds to read the whole number, the whole letter chain.
Okay.
MMIWG, the number 2, SLGBTQQIA+. And here's what it stands for. Missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit, which is a term used to describe from some First Nations to describe people who embody both masculine and feminine spirits, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and asexual people.
Yeah. I think when I first heard it, for me, the first thing that came to my mind was, why would they group missing and murdered Indigenous women with all of those other things that have absolutely nothing to do with the missing and murdered Indigenous women?
Why?
Which is a very, very important issue,
It is.
especially in this area.
We all know that I'm Native American. I'm
Right.
Indigenous, right? So
Yeah.
this might flabbergast some people when I say this. Why are we only concerned about missing and murdered Indigenous women?
Because
Why are we not-
overwhelmingly, the percentages are much higher for them.
They're higher, but why are they higher? They're higher because of the rates of poverty, drug abuse, domestic violence, and addiction and mental health issues.
Yeah, that is very true.
So while I agree there are certainly issues with the MMIW communities, I hate the fact that we separate out one group or one subsect or one racial entity.
Okay, but Kevin,
hold on. I'm gonna push back a tiny bit.
I'm going to push back a lot.
You guys both
actually.
can. Go ahead.
Because this acronym here is the most. It's the broadest attempt I've seen to include fucking everyone. So, yeah,
Everyone who's not what, Tom?
Well, everyone who's not, a cracker like
A
you and
straight
me.
male.
Yeah.
A straight white male.
Straight white male. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're welcome to the party. You're invited.
Okay, can I kick back
Yeah,
now?
go ahead. Please do.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Remember when what's her nuts mom went missing?
Yeah.
The white chick.
Guthrie.
It's always the white person that they are showing
Agreed.
as
Yeah.
missing.
You're
So
right.
yes, it is very important that this is brought to the minds of people.
For
Okay.
the MMIW.
MMIW, but it shouldn't be grouped with all that other stuff.
Yeah.
They're unrelatable.
Two spirits.
I mean,
I don't even know what. I've never seen so much time focused on.
I've never even heard that, but I mean,
well, but that's Canadian Indigenous people.
okay, all right, well,
But I've never seen us spend so much time. Take the MMIW out, all the elements, the LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much time and effort put into less than 2% of the population.
It's insane.
And I want them protected. I want them
Everyone should be
to have equal rights and equality and all of that. But for God's sakes, can we stop?
No, they can't.
Listen.
All that's
Lesbian,
gonna
gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex. Have you ever met an intersex or an asexual person in your life?
Kevin.
Have you, Tom?
I don't know.
Have you, Beals?
I didn't.
If I did, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Dennis, have you met an asexual or intersex person?
Oh, what?
Intersex or asexual person?
Not that I know of.
And what is queer? Isn't queer gay or lesbian or bisexual?
I don't know what the.
Why are they in there twice?
Oh, they're
No, it's something different now, man.
Queer is different
Yeah.
than gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgender?
Yeah.
Queer. What is queer then?
I don't know, but it really sucks because that was such a cool 80s word. Seriously. I'm bringing back rad. I wish I could bring back queer.
I'm taking it back.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
What? What?
Well, like
Kevin
Robert
can't come
said,
to the phone right now.
when do we just get to be people again?
Who's on the phone?
Kevin can't come to the phone right
I
now.
know. That's what
You
it
leave
felt
your name
like.
and number. He'll get back to you.
I felt like I needed to smack him to get him to spit
Tawny
it out.
said asexual and intersex are not the same. No, I didn't think that.
They're not the same. Yeah.
But have you met anybody who is?
No, I don't think that I have. Do you know why that I don't know if I've met somebody who's intersex or
Why?
asexual? Because I don't fucking care what you do in the bedroom. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's. Oh, Tawny said think celibate. Okay, cool. Then why does it matter? Are we actively discriminating in this country about now? I would argue. I would understand the argument. We do discriminate against people who are gay or lesbian. I don't know if
Why?
I agree with that, but I would understand.
How so?
How are we?
How are we discriminating?
I don't know if we are or not, but I can understand the argument if we are, because there's arguments about whether or not you have the same equality for adoption or for different program. Okay, we could have that conversation. I'd be willing to have that. But if the argument is that we're somehow being discriminatory against people who are celibate, no, we're not. Catholic priests are celibate and they can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, even little boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're being.
Isn't that no longer celibate?
Yeah, but I mean.
Dang, I went to a Catholic school too.
Shit, Dennis, that's what's up.
That explains a lot about Dennis. I don't understand why I like Robert said. I don't like to agree with Robert on things because it makes me feel dirty. But hi Robert. But I do agree. Like, when do we just be people? Like, it shouldn't matter at all.
Well, good thing we're not in Canada.
I guess not. Well, and in Canada, you can get arrested for misgendering somebody in Canada.
Hey, you guys, can we get new chairs with some of the money in our bank account?
I think we certainly can.
Cool.
Who makes those financial decisions?
We do.
Is it you and I make those? You and I and Tom? Me, you, Tom, and Lori? Me, you, Tom, Lori, and Paul? Me, you,
We
Tom,
never
Lori,
discussed
Paul,
that.
Dennis? That's what we need to come to some decisions.
I mean,
about.
I think we should just go to a vote, right?
Okay,
With everything.
Let's have a public vote right here on the show for everybody who's here. If they're not here,
You're shit out of luck.
You
You
don't
should
get to
have been
vote.
here.
All right. All in favor of new chairs, say aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain because I don't care. I'll sit on a rock.
Come on. You're
I'll
not
sit
doing
on a-
this.
I'll sit on.
My butt's just shaking right
Oh,
here.
no, I took more Vicodin before I came to the show tonight because I did.
Oh.
Because my back was bugging me, and I
Oh,
knew these
yes,
and I
and it's
knew
the
these
chairs.
chairs were not going to
They're
help.
so bad.
Dennis, do you vote?
I have it. Oh, for new chairs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, 3-1. New
Well,
chairs
no,
it
it's
is.
3-0-1.
No,
it's 3
I
yes,
abstained.
0 nays, and 1 abstained.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Okay, so we outnumber the 2 that aren't here. So new
Listeners, do you
chairs.
support us to buy new chairs? Type in the chat. Tegan already said yes, buy the damn chairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no if I don't care.
Hold on. John Walker said an Oregon rep said recently that whole white milk is white supremacy. That better be a lie.
Oh
No,
God,
it,
that is painful.
Hold
What?
on. Oh, I'm going to Google this. You guys talk for a
All
second.
right. Tom, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
I've been putting in a new patio.
Oh, getting ready for summer, are you?
No, not for me.
Oh, someone else?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So I've been playing on the Tonka toys.
Cool. That's fun.
Finished it today.
Rad, dude.
I am so sore. I am so sore.
So sore.
So sore.
I'm pretty sore too. I went over to my besties this week. It was awesome.
No, I moved.
What did you do that made you sore?
Oh, I was cleaning while she was at work.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know what bestie you mean. Maybe it's a girl bestie. Maybe it's a guy. I don't know. I mean, if you have a partner, shouldn't they be your bestie as well? Like if you have a man in your life, shouldn't he be your best friend as well as everything else?
Yes, absolutely, 1000%. But I was obviously talking about my girl bestie. Tom was looking at me and he knew I was talking about my girl bestie.
Well, you would have said your bestie, or you would have talked about your man.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
He doesn't get grouped as a bestie.
All right. Tom is trying to kill himself. Poor guy.
Yeah, it sounds like it, Heather.
That's what Heather said. Yeah.
No.
I did move many yards of gravel and dirt.
We do read Mutt, but it is hard to read and host a show at the same time. So sometimes we have to play catch up. All right.
What did we miss?
That's what I'm looking at. You guys talk for a second.
All right,
let me.
What else?
Well,
Johnny said Indigenous women do not get the same services as non-Indigenous Americans receive. So circling back around, the congressman was exploiting the Indigenous for social ideology, completely racist. Okay. Indigenous women do not get the same services as non-Indigenous Americans receive. First of all, that's crap. That's not true.
And in some places, they get more services.
Better treatment.
I think in all
than
places they have,
Americans receive.
well, not in all places. Hold on, I got to back up. In Washington State, Native Americans get more access to more services than non-Native Americans do. Now, people are going to say, well, that's not true, but that's absolutely true. I'm Native American and I can prove it because I have access to services that a white person like Tom or Beeler don't have access to.
It's fucking racist.
Now you can call it racist. I call it the tribes doing what the American government should be doing, which is taking care of people. The American government could learn a lot from how Native American tribes in Washington State take care of their own members. And they don't do it by taxing their members. They do it by smart financial decisions and allocating funds in the areas that they think need priority.
Now, the one thing I would say in response to that is the American government. So you're talking the federal government
and the state government.
Yeah, what even
could
the state,
learn from the tribes for sure.
Yeah, the trouble is that the tribe is a much smaller entity, so it's more nimble, it's more fluid, it's easier to adjust something that small, whereas a state or federal government is much larger, has much more momentum behind it.
Sure, I would agree with that. It's like trying to steer a cruise ship, right? You can't make a hard left turn. Yeah.
Now, I would say county and smaller municipalities like Port Orchard or Paulsbo absolutely could take a lesson or two or three.
I think federal and states can take lessons as well, which is you spend your money where it matters, where is most important.
Yeah,
you
well,
don't
yes.
spend your money willy-nilly everywhere because you can. In Washington State,
but you can't because that money
they do
belongs
though.
to the
but they do.
taxpayer.
They do.
But they do. In Washington
Yeah.
State, they spend their money on everything.
Right.
And we've got some comics coming up after the top of the hour. I'm going to ask them this question. Are they as pissed off about roundabouts as I am? Because I am literally sick of all the money being dropped into roundabouts where we don't need roundabouts.
We're getting so many roundabouts
we
right
don't,
now.
Well, why?
I know.
They're going to put a roundabout at the top of my hill. You guys have been to my house where Anderson Hill meets Tremont.
Yeah.
They're going to put a roundabout there. Why?
They're putting like 5 on Bethel, man.
Why?
I know.
Why do we need all the roundabouts?
I don't know.
If anybody ever has to take a left-hand turn, they're going to have forgotten how to do it. The roundabouts are the stupidest thing ever. Let's build more roundabouts.
Okay, listen, I got to tell you the story because it's really funny.
Please do. Go ahead.
Because that just popped into my head. I took my son shoe shopping this morning in Silverdale, and he was like on his phone and he was following me around, and I just kept walking around one of these like, that has things on each side. I just kept walking like 10 times before he was like, Mom, how many times are you going to walk around this thing?
No, do you know what I do with the kids in the
That's
car?
funny.
I do that in the roundabout sometimes. I'll just get in the roundabout and drive laps in the roundabout.
That would seriously piss me off if I was trying to get in.
I don't care.
That irritates F-bomb.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. That would really piss me off.
Because I do it. Well, I usually only do 1 extra lap. If I do 2, she's really pissed off.
That's a great idea. If F-bomb is still in the chat, if you're ever in the car in the F-bomb, we're just going to go through some roundabouts.
Now, I will warn you, she does get motion sick, which is why she gets
not
mad.
Good. Yeah. That's not good.
Leave it to a woman to take the fun out of things.
Oh, stop it.
Robert
the
said
fun
tribes
acting.
are also on the Grant grift. Jane says stupid roundabouts. I agree completely, Jane. You are my spirit animal. I don't know if tribes are on the Grant grift. I don't know what you mean by the Grant grift. They do get a lot of money from the federal government, but they also bring in a lot of money for themselves. The Washington State ones do. Now, if you go Midwest and you go to some of those tribes in Montana and North Dakota, South Dakota,
they're so poor.
They're so poor,
Yeah.
and they're just getting money from the federal government. That's the only source of income they've got, because nobody's going to drive to South Dakota to go to a casino,
Right.
because there's nothing there. Washington State, they will, because Quinault builds their casino on the ocean.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Have you been to the Quinault casino?
I have.
Oh,
it's gorgeous.
Amazing. It's gorgeous out
Yeah.
there. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, and they have big bay windows that look over the ocean. It's,
I
it's
know.
phenomenal.
It's beautiful.
Do you guys remember when the Clearwater Casino first went in? The
Yeah.
big tent.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
the big tent to gamble.
Yeah.
I was in a karaoke contest out under the big tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I lose every karaoke contest I've ever been in. But whatever.
You're a damn good singer.
I'm clearly average at best.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh.
the tribes in Kitsap County have done really well for themselves.
Yeah.
And they put in hotels and they put in casinos and they've done very well for themselves. But I just want to caution people not to use the tribes in Western Washington as the litmus. Because when you go into Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, people aren't going out there to gamble and do stuff.
It's location, right? I mean, the tribal land here is all close to population centers, so it works. Tribal lands in, well, like you said, North Dakota, South Dakota, they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. There's no reason to go there.
Now I want to go to
Right.
South Dakota. I had the best burger in South Dakota when I was there.
Really?
Oh my God. I can't remember the name of the place, but
What was it? Wall? Was it Wall Drugs?
no, it was just this
Have you been to
burger
Wall
joint.
Drugs in South Dakota?
I have.
Yeah. If you guys ever get a chance to go to Wall Drugs in South Dakota, it really literally is like Buc-ee's, but it's a drugstore not too far from
Yeah.
Rushmore. And they literally sell everything. It is the coolest drugstore in the world.
This burger place, you could get like the buns were like you could get donuts and like weird shit like that. I
Oh.
got mine with jalapenos and guacamole and bacon.
You know it's after 9. We made it past. I'm not even able to look at the clock tonight because I'm trying to multitask in the chat and in person and all that. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back from the break, we have, this Thursday night is a funny night out at the Tracyton Movie House in East Bremerton. And for the second month in a row, we're going to have a couple of the comedians, the comics that'll be performing. They're going to join us. We're going to chat with them.
You guys really should try to make it to one of the show. Well,
I'm going to try to go this Thursday. I have a massive master's homework paper due on Saturday. I'm on Sunday, and it is WrestleMania weekend, so I'm not sure. But
and also we have the 420 event.
the 420 event on April 18th on Saturday.
Mhm.
But I'm going to try to go Thursday. because I love stand-up comedy. If they're funny, there's nothing better than stand-up comedy.
I haven't been disappointed by a show yet.
No, I wasn't implying that they weren't. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying they're usually really, really good.
If the comedians are funny, there is nothing better than a live comedy show.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Tracyton Theater is a great place to do it because they have the best food. And you've got tables and your chairs. I'll bring it out to you. It's great. We'll talk about it all in a minute. Stick around. Outlaw Radio. We're back after this.
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This episode of Outlaw Radio Network brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. If you're looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe, check out Destination Highway 420. They offer a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrates from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 years or older with valid ID.
On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
Some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf of
sometimes
Paul,
I have to
thank you.
mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplained this.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance, Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
Get your popcorn ready. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. It's the Outlaw Radio
All right, Outlaw Radio. Thanks for checking out the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. In just a moment, we'll talk with the folks with the Fun Night Out comedy show that's coming up this coming Thursday at the Tracyton Movie House. Before we do that, we want to tag some of our sponsors again. Thanks to Black Ring Spirits, home of Outlaw Radio. Again, I don't know the owners. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. But I know they let us do our show in Black Ring Spirits. And They make really good distilled spirits, so stop in to check them out at the Town Square Shopping Center in Port Orchard on Mile Hill. Also, thanks to our good friends over at Destination Highway 420 on Hollis Avenue in Bremerton. Stop in and see them. Big event coming up this coming Saturday. What time does this start?
10 a.m. to 6.
10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
10 to 5-ish.
Oh, 10 to 5?
Flyer.
Oh, does it say 10 to 6?
Yeah,
okay.
flyer
All
says
right, 10 to 6.
10 to
Okay,
whenever.
10 to 6. Yeah.
10 to whenever. 10 until the weed runs out. But
It's
stop in
going to
and
be
see
a
them.
long day.
It's going to be a long. But here's the cool thing about the event on Saturday is that a lot of the local farms are going to have representatives there.
Uh-huh.
You can come in and talk to the staff. Remember, a lot of people attribute weed, like people are just getting high with weed. And there's an element of people who like weed because they enjoy the effects of weed. But there's also a lot of people who use cannabis and THC for other things.
I use it for medical purposes.
Sleep, pain, anxiety. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's used for that as well. There's medical benefits. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with it. And really, I would just encourage you, if you're curious about it, go down to Destination Highway 420 this Saturday for their big event between 10 and 6, and just talk to the staff down there. They're uber knowledgeable. They're really friendly. They're really nice. They're not going to look at you like you're an idiot. Ask them the questions and figure out if they have a product that's going to work for what you're looking for, whether it is relaxation or sleep or pain or anxiety or a number of other things. Talk to them.
Or a combination of some of those.
Talk to them and let them put you in the right direction. Destination Highway 420, proud sponsor of Outlaw Radio. Also, Kids Have Great Escape in Silverdale, getting ready to unveil their new room. I can't tell you what the name of it is because it hasn't been officially released yet, but there's some hints dropping on the Kids Have Great Escape Facebook page. But I think it gets announced on next Friday on the 17th, I think is when the new will be announced. It's going to be very cool and it'll be a lot of fun. So, I didn't take our graphic off. Sorry.
You slip it.
But check it out. kidshavegreatescape.com. Check them out on Facebook as well. And finally, again, our good friends at Cremello. They don't pay for stuff, but their ice cream is just amazing. Stop in and see them. Listen, small businesses right now really need your help.
They do.
As this economy gets crappy and gas prices go up, the things that go away first are things like distilled spirits and the escape room
and ice cream places.
And good ice cream places. And, in small business like the Tracyton. We'll talk about them in a second. So I'm not saying not to support bigger businesses, but remember the things that are important in our communities that you really like that our community didn't have a year ago. Remember to support them because they don't have the cushion that big businesses do to absorb some of the hits that come along when the economy does, little falters because we've decided to bomb the crap out of Iran.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to shop
businesses.
at Walmart or whatever. I mean, there's no such thing that I'm aware of craft toilet paper. I mean,
yeah. Well, there is. It's called the Kitsap Sun. Okay. All right. We're going to bring a whole bunch of people on camera. Brian is shaking his head at me right now for that joke. Brian, I saw that. Sorry, Brandon. Brandon is shaking his head at me for that joke. I saw that. All right. Sorry, Brandon. I already messed up your name. If you're running for office, I'd mess up your name 15 or 16 more times before the interview was over.
And what district you were representing.
You represent. All right. We're going to bring a whole bunch of people on all at once. There's going to be a whole bunch of cameras active and a whole bunch of microphones going. So guys, just don't all talk at once because it turns into a
it would be funny.
It sounds like a Bon Jovi concert. All right. So joining us on first is our illustrious co-host, St. Paul, the voice of reason, who is joining us from his humble abode in the middle of nowhere.
With a light right behind his head.
So he looks like an angel.
Yeah.
Ruben,
that fits.
Ruben, if I mess up your name, Ruben Kersen is joining us. He is.
Hey, Ruben.
What up, Ruben?
Hey. That's the perfect pronunciation. It's a pretty simple name, though. So.
Okay, well, but I'm an idiot. I could mess up toast. Okay,
take the ego stroke. It's fine. You did great.
Brandon White joins us. He's the headliner for the big show coming up on Saturday.
What's up?
On Thursday. God, I said Saturday, didn't I? I already messed up twice now. And now we've never had her on the show before, but I love this woman very much.
I know.
I see her at Whaling Days. She's got all these events going on at the movie house. She's all active in the community. Miss Mai joins us. What up, Mai?
Yeah.
Miss Mai.
I saw her that Thursday that we went. It was very entertaining.
So our other guest, hold on, somebody has the volume up, so turn it down just a smidge. All of our guests, Mai's got the delay. Mai, can you hear us? Okay, Mai's got a delay going on, so I'm going to mute her really quick. Dennis,
my.
will you reach out to my mind and tell her and have her fix that so that she's not on the delay, because she's going to hear our question.
She just messaged me. She said she couldn't hear either.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she couldn't hear.
Oh,
us.
can they hear us?
Well, everybody else, Brandon, you can hear
I'm
us.
good.
Ruben, you can hear us.
I hear
Right?
you guys.
Okay, cool.
I heard you
All right.
guys going from roundabouts to native rights pretty quickly. I was like, wow, you guys cover a lot. All
Right? We do. It's like ADHD up in here.
That's right. That's right. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. You guys, both Ruben and Brandon, are going to be taking part in the big event coming up this coming Thursday at the Tracyton Movie House. It's a funny night out. Brandon, you're the headliner, unless
Yes, sir.
Ruben kicks your ass and takes your spot. Is that how it works?
Do you know how old Ruben is? Ruben's like 97 years old. He might be fat, but he's not gonna kick my ass.
I'm not that old, but even if I was that old, we'd probably have the same looking heart.
Very true. Very true.
Do you guys know each other outside of the event? Like, have you guys done shows together before? Or how?
Oh yeah, Ruben and I know each other for a few years.
Test.
We dated.
There we go.
How does the
I heard
comic
mine.
circle? How does the comic circle work? Like outside of it, you guys like know each other, hang out, swap jokes, or how does that work?
Go ahead, Brad.
I mean, I tend to just do comedy and go home. I don't go to a lot of second locations with these people. No, I'm just kidding. No, I got a bunch of friends in comedy that we meet up, bullshit, talk about jokes, talk about people we don't like, talk about people we like. It's just it's another community.
You guys should start an OnlyFans. Like a community OnlyFans.
They already have
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
OnlyFans does comedy specials.
It's hard
They
enough to
do?
get people to shows, let alone start another platform.
Yeah.
You know what's great?
Good
like,
point.
like we went from roundabouts to native rights to Beeler's OnlyFans account. That's great.
I don't have an
3
OnlyFans
minutes,
account.
In 3 minutes, we're breaking the internet.
Roundabout conversation.
Hey,
What can I
listen.
say?
So talk about. So have this is your guys' each of your first show at Tracyton Movie House in Bremerton? Have you guys done shows down there
No.
before?
I've done shows with my mother 2 or 3 times before.
So talk about. I think it's a great venue, right? I think it's a really unique space in Bremerton. I think it's a great place.
Beautiful.
I mean, the movies are great, but I think the whole venue, just the feel of that place, is good for live bands. Talk about the comedy shows and what it's like to do a show down there, because it feels like a unique kind of vibe.
Saw you, Ruben.
Okay, well, I grew up in Bremerton, so
I'm
I
sorry.
remember when they built it for the movie complex, and I would have to catch the city bus over there from Kitsap Lake. And playing in the arcade and can't wait to go. So it's really cool to go there and do a comedy show. Love the having a real stage and having a focused audience. You don't always get that. Yeah, you don't always.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
always get to
at
get
the
that
level that we're
atmosphere.
at, we do a lot of shows in bars. We do a lot of shows that are, just that people might not know that they're going to see a show, and we just do the show. So, the fact that everybody's going to be sitting in seats facing the right direction, super helpful. Well, it's like the movie house is cool. Like, it's a cool kind of, I say older style. It's a place to go see movies that like I remember. They don't have those anymore. Now they have the fancy ones where you just watch everything streaming. So it's cool to have like something like that. That's like a super, reminds me of my childhood kind of place.
Have you guys enjoyed the food down there? Have you guys checked out the food at Tracyton?
Can't say that I have.
Okay, get the garbage wings. Just trust me.
That's the worst thing you could say.
No, listen. Their wings are huge. Their wings are huge, and the garbage is the sauce. It's like a cross of like garlic parm and some buffalo and some other stuff. But you will literally never want wings anywhere else in your life after you've had Tracyton wings.
Man, that's a big. I'll have to do it now. Ruben, you down?
Your description of what garbage wings are is way better than what I thought of. I assumed it was half rat.
No, there's good. Miss Mai, have you had the garbage wings down there?
The garbage wings, no. I like the honey jalapeno.
Okay, all right. Try the garbage, Mai.
I stand by my earlier comments that chicken wings are not meant to be that big.
They're huge.
They're not meant to be that big.
Literally, they're the size of your face. They're
Right.
huge.
I love wings.
I love wings too, but
Flat.
chickens are not that big, so their wings are not that big.
You ever seen a Brahma chicken?
Come on.
Hey, Miss Maima,
I mean, the small ones are suspect too.
Miss Maima, I just want to say how happy I am to have you on the show. You are so active in the community. You're so busy. You're doing so much stuff. I can't believe it's the first time we've had you on. You probably don't remember me, but I met you a couple times at Whaling Days. I was there with the escape room, and I did all the microphone stuff for the the main stage, like it's a strip club on the big stage. And so it's just good to have you on, Miss Maima. I love you. I think what you do in the community is great. I love how active you and all the events you do. I think it's phenomenal. We need more Maimais. I think if we had a few more Maimais and a few more Doc Blackwells, I think that our community would be a much better place. So I'm so happy to have you on.
I'm happy to be here.
So Ruben, you're going to open. Are you the opener for the event, or what's the deal? How does that work?
I believe I'm hosting. Is that right, Mama?
David's hosting. You are our guest. You are our opener. Yes.
Oh, I can't even remember. Sorry.
That's okay.
When you
do an event, is it different to open? Like, does it feel different as a comic to open?
No, usually pretty good. I mean, personally, I like to get on stage sooner than later because hanging out, waiting around to do your material gets old. It's nice to get on stage and get on there while it's still fresh in your brain and you're hot to trot.
You ever heard anybody like you're waiting to go on and do your set and someone does a set ahead of yours? You ever heard anybody do like a set with the same material, not the same jokes, but the same kind of basis of material? And then you think you might have to make some switches in your set in the middle of it, or does that not happen?
For me, usually when there's someone doing similar material beforehand, I'll just be like, well, that we can build on that. You've already introduced the idea, so now I can touch on it again. And as long as you got a good punchline, it really shouldn't matter.
Brandon, do you ever get hecklers, man?
Oh yeah, I one of my shows is in Burien, bro. Yeah, I can't heckle. Yeah.
How do you handle it? He is the heckler.
Hecklers really aren't. Sometimes sometimes where I'm the heckler too, and sometimes they deserve it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, every comic gets hecklers at some point in their career.
How do you handle it, man? Do you lean into it or do you ignore it?
There's like three things I think you can do. You can either, because usually they think they're helping you, so you can be like, okay, I got this, I'm good. Usually that when you bring attention to them, usually they've like forgotten that there's 100 other people in the room or however many people are there. The other one is to just shut them down hard. If the crowd doesn't like you enough and you just say nasty things to a person, they won't like you. And then the third one is to just ignore it. I'm super good at ignoring it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing my stuff. Just keep talking. That's all. Just keep talking. I'm the one with the microphone. I do this for money. That they came here and got too drunk.
Yeah, they paid to come see you. The least they could do is shut up and enjoy the reason why they paid to come see you.
Amen, brother. Say it again, louder.
Yeah, I don't have the balls to heckle a comedian. Like, to be honest with you, like I cannot imagine having the balls to be in the audience and think I'm going to talk smack to a guy who does this for a living and is obviously funnier than I am.
I'll be honest with you, man. The worst heckles I've had, the two worst heckles I have, both of the people were on mushrooms. And I think that honestly, they just forgot that they weren't at home, dude. Like, they weren't like terrible. They were just like agreeing with my shit. And it's like, okay, it's weird that you're being nice, but I also want you to shut the hell up too.
Yeah. Well, you don't know this, but we kind of set you up. One of the guys that heckled you all on mushrooms is my buddy Paul, who's at home watching us right now. So that's Paul. That's why he's not in studio. He couldn't drive on shrooms. Do you guys have heroes? Do you guys like guys that you grew up listening to that you wanted to model yourselves after, or that you were thought that this is the kind of comedian I want to be?
I don't. Oh
yeah, man.
Down to one.
Go ahead.
No, I was backing out of the conversation. I was like, I can't narrow it down to one. There's no one I really look up to or worship.
Name three.
Brandon's running the interview now. Hands off.
Like
Brandon, you're in charge.
Robin Williams. Did you like Robin Williams?
No, I mean, you can just go with the greats.
I remember seeing
Chappelle.
Chappelle's great.
Brian Regan.
There's a guy in Texas right now, Brian Simpson, who's fantastic. I've gotten to hang out with him and do comedy with him, and he's great. Taylor Tomlinson is a big one right now. Boy, she
Oh,
just put out
God.
a
Oh, she's
special
awesome.
that's so good. It's so good and it's so personal, but it's so funny at the same time. It's like these are the people that like I watch and I go, oh, I'm not good at this at all.
Taylor Tomlinson is so good at being so funny and so smart, but so likable.
Yes.
Which is that hard to do, to be funny and smart, but still be really likable?
I mean, I don't know about the smart part, but yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Tomlinson's good.
Hopefully, if you can be relatable, they're gonna like you, and then you want them on your side.
Very much so.
Yeah. How many shows do you guys do a year or a month, or how busy are you guys doing this? You guys doing this really often? Is it standard gig?
I'm good for 1 to 3 shows a week on average.
Yeah, I did like 150 paid shows last year, so I'm pretty much working every weekend.
Wow. My, how do you pick out comedians for the shows? How do you like? Are you listening to a lot of stuff online? Are you going to a lot of shows to check them out, or how do you know that you're picking the right guys to lead off a show?
Oh,
I
how
had
do
to
I
beg.
pick my guys?
Might be at the open mic.
No, yeah, I go to a lot of shows. I know I talk to people that do shows. One thing that I've been doing recently that I found has really helped is once I have my headliner, I'll ask them, hey, who do you want to work with? Do you have someone that you work well? And a lot of times they're bringing like people that they have good energy with, people that are good. They still have to send me a video or something to show me that they can be on a stage. They're not just bringing their friends along, but I mean it's been working out really well because what better than to work with someone that that is gonna not bomb before you or not outshine you or whatever the case may be. So that's really been working. And I did a couple posts and I asked people to send me their tapes and things like that, and that was interesting and fun. But I got some comics that way as well, and actually some out of town comics came from that. I had some come from Vegas. Another comic is from here, but she lived in New York, so she flew out and came and did a show. So it's different ways. But I do hit the open mics and the other shows out in I haven't made it to Seattle too much, but Tacoma and whatnot. So
fun.
And my talk about the venue, because I already asked the guys about this, but the Tracyton Movie House is such a unique spot for these kind of events. It's such a fun place. Talk about that a little bit.
The Tracyton. Well, I'm from Bremerton, not from Bremerton. I grew up in Bremerton, and so I went there as a kid just to the movies, and it's just what they've done with it. It's got the arcade, it's got the delicious wings, and the theater that we do the show in. I mean, it's got the lighting, the sound, the stage. I mean, the customer service is just great. They bring their food right to you, and it's delicious food, and they have a bar. You can go there and watch a movie and have an actual beverage, not a wine slushy. No shade to the wine slushy, but
Paul, you're okay to keep your wine slushy, Paul.
No shade to
What's
the wine
up with that?
slushy,
That's so specific.
Paul's a
but
big
yeah,
wine
like I
slushy
said,
guy.
the staff is there, is great. They love the live entertainment, so they just welcome me. I went in there and I was like, hey, I got this idea, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm going on, oh gosh, 3 years there now.
Yeah.
So,
And the crowds have been, I've heard the crowds have been great. I've heard the crowds have really turned out and are really appreciative of this.
They are.
I feel like ever since COVID, that people were like, God, the lock in the house is done. I can get out of the house. I can go see people and do things and have fun again.
Yes, definitely. And the crowds are growing. And one thing I do love about the Tracyton is and the show that I do is they're coming for the show. You know what I mean? They're not, they don't happen to be there and a show happens to be happening, which I think sometimes you comics can agree when you're at a bar or something like that. Again, no shade to the bar. I love seeing comedies at a bar, but sometimes if you're playing pool with your buddies or whatever, you're not there for comedy. So I love that people are coming to a funny night out, to a theater to come see a comedy show. So.
And you're pulling those things off every month now, right? I mean, it's a regular event
Once
now.
a month. Yep, once a month.
Every third Thursday.
Almost almost every third
Almost.
Thursday.
Episode almost.
Yes. May is going to be the second Thursday because I don't know, like The Mandalorian or something is coming out. So
Leave it to a Disney movie.
Leave it to the Star Wars fans. Leave it to the Star Wars fans.
Exceeded by Disney.
Paul still wears his Mandalorian underoos. That's true.
Still fit. Don't wear them.
What do you guys? What do you guys? How do you guys prep? What? Oh, we have comments in the chat. I'm not even paying attention to the chat right now. How do you guys prep? Like, if you guys are doing a lot of shows, how do you keep coming up with new material? How do you keep coming up with, or like, how often are you revising your sets?
I mean, dude, it's just open mic. You just got to keep going to open mic and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. You know, when the stuff works, you put it in the act. Hopefully you get a chance to go and do it on like a 10-minute set somewhere that's like a paid show. And then you can go, okay, well, real people who wanted to see jokes actually like this. And then that goes in your act. Hopefully you get to do it at the comedy club. I mean, and then it's just, sometimes you have to have enough material to where, you know, this crowd's not messing with what I'm talking about right now. So I got to change. I got to do this. I got to do something different. So you got to just have all those tricks in your back pocket to be able to go on stage and try to get laughs out of people.
Ruben, same thing for you?
Not exactly. I would think I have a core set that I use for shows when I'm traveling, and then I'll mix in fresh material in there. You got to mix in fresh material just for yourself. I mean, if you're not doing it for the audience, you definitely do it for yourself because you get bored saying the same shit. You feel like, I feel guilty if I've done the same set too many times.
They're not laughing at you. People are making. So we have a guy in our chat named Andrew Kennedy who literally thinks he's hilarious, and he's ripping on all of us, including you, Brandon.
Don't you worry, man. I'll find him. You give me a second. I didn't even know there was a chat up
He
here.
hasn't ripped on me yet. Let's see if he does it this week.
You know I do run like 4 roast shows in this whole damn area, right?
Well, the problem is he's in Michigan, which says enough about his character just to know that he's in Michigan.
That doesn't mean I can't figure out who he is
That's
at roasting.
So he's like 2 hours ahead of us right now. Go to bed, dude.
Get some sleep, Andrew Kennedy. All right, my break it down for us. So this Thursday night, Tracyton Movie House, right there at the corner of
303 in Rydell.
It's on Rydell.
Yeah, Wheaton Way in Rydell. Yeah,
Wheaton, Warren, Wagga, whatever. It's all the same damn road.
On your way over there, you should stop at Destination Highway 420.
You should.
It's right around the corner.
You should find sponsor
I'll be
the
there.
show.
Don't you worry.
You know, one night you guys got to drag Tom up there, though. Tom wants to be a comedian. He's just never been up there before. I think you guys should drag him up there. You totally should. And,
Tom's done some open mics.
I've done a couple open mics. Man,
Yes, he has.
It's so hard.
Okay. Let me find out. Tom.
Oh shit!
No, don't investigate. Don't investigate.
Baptize his ass by fire. Don't even.
Easiest booking you'll ever get right now.
That's right.
Shit, I'm gonna have to be there.
We didn't ask you to pay him to do it. Just make him do it for free. We'll baptize him by fire. What time does
Snatch him out of the audience.
What time does the show start, and how do tickets work? Can they get them in advance and get them at the door? Give the listeners the rundown.
You can. So doors open at 7:30, and we start the show just a tad after 8, just to give people a chance to get into their seats. Tickets are available online. If you do your tickets online, you can reserve your seat ahead of time. At the door, it's first come, first serve, and the prices do go up at the door. So get your tickets in advance.
The best way, just buy them a month. You know, when you're at the show, buy them for the following month.
Yes,
that's what I do.
Yep,
I
do a discount. I do an on-the-spot discount. So if you buy your tickets at the show, you get a deal for the next show. So,
and I just buy a whole row.
Yes, sometimes two.
Yeah.
Do you have a whole row for the next show? Can I sit with you if I go?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I got your ticket.
I'm going to come to this show. I haven't made a
You
show
mean
yet.
when? You said when I go.
Kevin's like, I got to be seen with a woman.
Shut up, Paul. Shut up, Paul. Ask your girlfriend if you can reattach your privates and leave the house for a night, and let me know if you're coming.
It's a quick disconnect switch.
I know. I haven't made one of your shows yet. I'm working on my master's, so I'm swamped for time. But I really want to come out and enjoy this one.
I mean, Thursdays can be tough, so I get it. I get it.
It is a weird day of the week. Ruben, if you're gonna leave a lasting impression on any of our listeners to make them look forward to Thursday, you have anything you want to say to them? And Brandon, I'm going to do this to you in a minute too.
Oh, I guess I'll go first then. All right.
No, you're first.
I will find you.
All right, Brandon, you're going to leave a lasting impression for the listeners, make them want to come see you on Thursday?
Well, if you don't get there, Ruben's going to find you, number one.
Especially if you smell
Number
like
two,
chicken.
I just think it's going to be a great time. And if you're not there, you're going to miss out. And that's on you.
Mm-hmm. Mai, you got any parting shots for the listeners?
Any what?
You got any parting shots for the listeners about the show? Anything else we should tell them?
Oh man, just come out. I mean, I bring out some great comics. They come to bring the funny. They're traveling to come into Bremerton. I'm getting them to come to Bremerton. So I mean,
man,
yeah, show up and come see them.
All right, Mai, let's connect on Thursday. I want to say hi to you.
from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can't
yeah,
wait to
DJ
see
D
you.
will be playing music down there as well.
Yeah, DJ D.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we have our host D Mac. He gets the crowd going and does all the
D-Mac is a funny
housekeeping
man.
and
Yeah, he is.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we had
I'm
D-Mac on
loving to
last
see his
month.
growth.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Hopefully, we're going to help get a good turnout there to support you guys and cheer you on. Can't wait to see Brandon and Ruben duke it out for who gets that headliner spot. Let's put them out in the parking lot.
You can have it.
Guys,
Ruben
thanks so
doesn't
much.
want to do 45 minutes. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm trying to go home.
I do like
Oh, yeah,
going home.
Ruben did say, "Let me get my stuff out first, so then I can not worry about it and just relax and enjoy the rest of the show." So,
That's awesome.
guys, thanks so much
for having us.
All right, thanks, guys.
Let's talk
Yeah,
again
we'll see you on
soon. And
Thursday.
Thursday. Unless
Thursday
you were
again.
just all talk.
What's that?
I said we'll see you Thursday unless you were just all talk.
No, I'm going to come out Thursday. I'll meet you guys.
then.
I'll prove to you.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
We'll take pictures.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah,
Thanks,
let's get
guys.
pictures. I want to get pictures with you guys. All right. Again, so Tracyton Movie House. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts right after 8:00. Get there at 7:30. Get some food. Get some drinks. Say hi to Miss Mai. Get her autograph. She loves to give autographs. So
Get some merch.
you guys
some
can have merch. Get some merch. Play some video games in the arcade.
You know,
And,
if you go to enough comedy shows, you get hugs from Miss Mai. But you have to go to one.
You become family. You become part of the AFNO
Best
family.
hugs in the county.
Yeah.
And then would you guys please after the show just go on our Outlaw Radio Network Facebook page and just post a little video calling out my co-host Paul and talking shit for the fact that he didn't show up to another event. Would you do that for me, please? Perfect. Guys, we love you. Thanks so much. Good luck on Thursday.
Hey, we
We'll
love
see
you
all there.
too. Thank you so much for having
Thanks,
us.
guys. All right, a funny night out this coming Thursday. Doors open again 7:30. Show starts right after 8. Get your tickets now at the Tracyton Movie House, and or get your tickets at the door and pay a little bit more because why not spend a little more money than you need to, you dummies. Get your tickets in advance. And thanks to Miss Mai for putting this together and coming up with more things to do in Bremerton that don't involve watching the ferry drive by. Thanks, Mai.
Although that is kind of nice too.
It is nice, yeah. All right. So yeah, it's going to be a great event. So thanks to Mai for putting it on, and thanks to the guys for doing it. Thanks to all of them for coming on the show tonight to help and promote it. I think it's great when events like this happen in the community that you support them.
Yeah.
So like when we do the mall night, the what are they called down here at the mall? When you guys do the night
Our night market?
yeah, night markets in the
Town
mall.
Square
Support
night.
those. Support the events that are at the Tracyton. Support that stuff. And it's inexpensive, right? Like I'll go to Seattle or Tacoma to watch shows, or you can stay local and support local businesses and save a little bit of money. You're not commuting on the boat or whatever to go do it, and you can see live shows locally and be in your own backyard.
Well, that and I mean the venues here have lower overheads than the venues in Seattle and Tacoma, so you get less ticket cost, et cetera,
Yeah.
as well.
And if you guys come out to the show, I'll even sign autographs for you. But you have to have paid bought a ticket and go to the show.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I thought you might have something to add to the conversation, Beeler. Hello, Pollywog. What's going on, buddy?
Man, I'm looking forward to their routine, man. I'd like to come out and see them. I very well may. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I'll have the opportunity to get out. Yeah. So
you mean you won't have a woman at home
it'd be a lot of
telling you
fun.
that you can't go do things fun with your friends? Well, that's got to be new to you.
Well, you know, my ex never told me I couldn't. She just implied that I couldn't. You know, so there's, you know, I mean, that's a whole story, man. We could go into that forever. But this Saturday is our May 18th event, right? At Destination Highway 420.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. It is also the unofficial opening of our Woods Ball field. So I'm going to be stretched thin that day, but I'm going to make it multiple locations because I've got people coming out to Destination Highway 420 very specifically. So it is not the grand opening of my Woods Ball field. It's just the opening for people to come out and play on the field and give their input and stuff like that. So
does this mean you won't be making it to the WrestleMania party on Saturday?
No, I'll make it. I'll be there.
You make it to that too.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's why I said I'll be stretched thin that day, but I'm going to make it.
Just a reminder to the listeners, no show next Sunday. We take WrestleMania Sunday off every single year. It's tradition. And we'll do that again this year just to have some time to buddy around together and hang out and have fun with each other. And it'll be a blast.
Yeah. And I was just going to suggest, if you guys don't already know, it seems like last week's show it's not on the site. So I'm just throwing that out there so you guys can be aware. I don't know if maybe somehow it got missed or something. And anyway, it doesn't really matter all that much. Just wanted you to be aware. Okay.
Was I here last week, or was that when I was in San Diego?
No. You were there last week.
And it didn't get on the site?
Yeah. I didn't see it. It may be there somewhere else, but
when you say the site, you mean our Facebook page? Or
on the Facebook page. Yeah. On the Facebook page. Yeah. And then one of our listeners messaged me, and she was having trouble with our Rumble site. So I did not know if we were still even putting the show out on Rumble or not. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention too, guys.
I'll do some research. Oh, yeah, we are on Rumble. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know we're on there. But she was having some trouble logging in. So again, just wanted to bring it to you guys'
reminder
attention.
Too that if you go to outlawradionetwork.com, there's a bunch of links to the shows that are on our YouTube as well. So if you miss a past show, you can grab it off of YouTube from the website. And yeah. So
100%.
Jander Kennedy in rare form. I want to go back to some of the things he said. Jander Kennedy said about Brandon, our comedian, out here looking like a discount Wojak character. That motherfucker would hate me just because he agrees with me. Then he said, St. Paul on here looking like a grown-up Brandon, for fuck's sake. St. Paul, would you tell Ruben to tell Brandon to hush? Oh, Paul left. Then he said, Kevin out here looking like he missed his kidney treatment today. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Do you have any idea?
No idea.
What does a person who missed their kidney treatment look like?
I don't know. You missed dialysis?
But what would that look like?
I don't know.
Is it because I look thin? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Heather said she enjoys going to a funny night out. Always a good time. Also love the fact that there was a bar with food. Miss Mai is the bomb. You probably shouldn't say that because someone from the Trump administration will mistake that as a terror threat.
Oh, Jesus. Really?
Yeah. So there's that. All right. I don't know where Paul went or if he's coming back. Did you go use the restroom?
I did.
In the middle of a segment?
I did.
But didn't you just go 40 minutes ago at the top of the hour?
No, because we were talking. Remember? I didn't get a chance to go.
Oh. Yeah, you and your 12-year-old bladder. All right.
Okay, I made it even longer than I normally do, so shut the fuck up.
Hey, Paul's back. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, you know what? I just got into one of these new Z Fold 7s, and it's just weird, and I'm still getting used to some things on it. So
okay,
I tried to go into the chat and come back, and somehow I booted the whole thing. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so what was Jander Kennedy saying about me looking fat?
No, Jander Kennedy said, hold on, let me go back up here. St. Paul out here looking like a grown-up Brandon, for fuck's sake. St. Paul, would you tell Ruben to tell Brandon to hush?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
The comedian Brandon. He said you look like the comedian Brandon.
Okay, but I don't look nothing like him. But anyway.
I seriously always feel left out with him. He never comes after me.
Come on, Jander Kennedy. Are you scared of Beeler?
He loves cock.
He loves cock? What does that have to do with me?
Dude, it doesn't. One? That's your point. That's the point.
About you. It's like you don't have one.
He just likes men.
Yes.
Got it.
Ding, ding.
Ding,
Look
ding.
at Alicia's figured it out.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Paul.
Robert Parker
come at you.
So Kevin Nelson's calling Beeler bathroom break Beeler, and then Robert Parker chimes in with bathroom break Beeler right on schedule. There's her nickname.
Ha! You guys are so fucking funny.
Hold on,
I'm gonna find
Professor.
both of you.
Hold on. You don't get to bitch about people not taking shots at you, and then bitch at people for taking shots at you.
Oh no! It's those two. I can definitely do that.
You know what's great is I haven't made fun of Beeler at all tonight. I haven't had to. The chat's doing it for me.
Whatever. I'll take my bathroom break Beeler nickname. I don't care.
She'll. Rumor has it she'll take her lumps, change the batteries, take the lumps again, change the batteries, take the lumps again.
You're damn straight. I will, and I'll do it again too.
That's right. I heard a great one today on freaking TikTok, man. And I am not a comedian. I'm too fucking serious. But I will say this fucking cracked me up.
Yeah,
I was laughing so hard I almost peed. Oh, hold on. Listen, check this out. So this girl says, she goes, as fucked up as the world is, you know, that there are certain things that will never change. She said, for example, Disney, Tarzan will always be white because there's no fucking way they're going to make a black man act like an ape in a movie.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, I was crying. That was funny.
Damn.
Don't tell me that wasn't funny.
That was funny.
Damn funny. Yes.
Paul, I think we need to nominate you to be on a funny night out and deliver some of your jokes in front of a live studio audience. I think that'd be great.
Why, Kevin? You know what? If I do that, you know what, Kevin? I will gladly do that. And you know what my positive source of energy will be for all of my jokes?
What's that?
All of the women that you've ghosted that contact me.
Okay.
It's a lot of material you're gonna
But I would never, but it's a lot of material, but I would never do that to Kevin. You know, maybe we could do an Outlaw Radio Network comedy show where we do comedy about politics. From every angle, right?
All we have to do is just say government.
Tell the truth.
I just want to hear Tom give a set. Like, I don't know how Tom has been on the show as long as he has, and he hasn't given us any comedy sets.
Well, he'd have to complete a sentence.
Oh man, Paul, you're in rare form tonight.
Hey, Paul,
my God,
you missed the first 2 hours of the show. I think it's great that you.
I did. Well, I was listening, but if I wasn't able to come on, I didn't want to enter the little room there, whatever they call it, and I wasn't able to come on, so I was listening, just not in the room.
Why weren't you able to come on? Because you're still working?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on what we talked about earlier, specifically in regards to Iran and what's going on there, or anything else going on in the world? Like, I got 15 minutes to solicit your opinion on any topic, so I just want to give you some room to get your brand out there.
Sure. Well, my son came.
Hold on. J. Andrew Kennedy finally took shots at Beeler. Okay, fine. Bathroom break Beeler out here looking like her daddy didn't talk to her about not being on a radio show. I don't need to make more jokes about St. Paul. He has a penis fixation. There you go.
That was super weak, man. J. Andrew Kennedy, you need to try harder than that.
Yeah, you're right, Professor. That was some weak sauce, man. That was
super weak sauce.
That was like premature ejaculation in the bedroom, dude.
That was seriously premature.
And if anybody knows about premature ejaculation, it's Paul. Somebody named Bob in the chat. I think it's Corey. You know what's comedy is that little shit stain on Kevin's lip he calls a mustache. It's just growing in. It's new. It's only a week old. So we're gonna see if it fills in. If it doesn't, I'll shave it off. I'm just trying new things. All right, Paul, go ahead.
I can't get past that to talk about your hair and your upper lip, Kev. That's a hard one to overcome. You know what? My son came into town tonight, Hunter, and we were having an interesting conversation about the president taking shots at the Pope.
Town from where?
From
I
Tacoma.
Thought he was back up. Is he living in Tacoma?
He lives in Tacoma. Yeah. Yep. Because his new job is out there, and so he's living out there. Yeah.
Is he living with his mom?
No. Why would he be living? His mom lives out on Key Peninsula.
Well, that's what I thought, but
no, he got an apartment with his best friend out in Tacoma.
Okay, cool.
So
That's good.
he's out in University Place. He got himself a luxury fucking apartment in University Place. It's got fucking swimming pool, tanning salons, fucking 3 weight rooms, 3 swimming pools. Like it's like this totally upscale, bougie fucking apartment complex.
You sure are swearing a lot tonight. That's kind of rare for you. Are you okay? A lot of frustration going on in your life?
No.
Go ahead, talk.
No.
So
listen, the best part is I get laid whenever I want. What's that? Say that again.
You were talking about Hunter.
Yeah. We were talking about the president taking shots at the Pope. And listen, for those who don't understand, about the Pope, he's a total Chicagoan liberal. And I get the shots he took at the Pope. They're the same issues I have with the Pope. Many other people do. I don't. I'm one of those people. I do not appreciate the Pope sticking his nose into international affairs of any country, because I think that there's a lot to be said for credibility. There is. Did you guys hear that the United Nations has named Iran to their Council on Stopping Terrorism? Did you guys hear about that?
No, are you serious?
No way.
Oh, I'm dead serious, man. You can't make that shit up, right? Yeah,
those jokes write themselves.
Oh,
they
my
absolutely
gosh.
yes, Tom. Yes,
No,
they
wait,
write
it's
themselves.
genius. It's genius. You've got to have somebody on the panel that knows all about the subject at hand.
They're the experts.
They're the resident expert. They've
Right.
only been doing it for 50 years.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
we're going to bring in our panel now.
It's
Right,
The
right.
state of Iran.
It's like if you want to stop, the sexual exploitation of children, you bring in some pedophiles. I guess it's the only kind of comparison I can come up with it. But go ahead, Paul.
Well, and then my favorite story of the last week is easily the Eric Swallowswell issue with the sexual harassment complaints that have been levied against him. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the Eric Swallowswell video that he put out over the weekend from his billionaire buddy's house, where he tells everybody, I thank all of those for standing by me, and we're going to keep fighting. And then he says, and the elections, he says, this is the eve of the election. Hold on, dude. The election's not for 8 fucking months or whatever. It's like 6 months, whatever it is. Like, we're not on the eve of the fucking election. Okay. These women didn't wake up today and just decide, well, he's coming up for election soon for governor of California. But anyway, for those that don't know, he suspended his campaign today.
Yep.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yes, he did. Everybody on God's green earth came out. And listen, I know, Professor, you, Kevin, Tom, we've all followed Eric Swallowswell and his, well, let's just call it what? Let's call it what it is, right? His fan issue. I mean, he's the only sitting congressional member that actually fell victim to a honeypot scheme. And it's pretty sad. But he literally put out his video and said his only indiscretions are between him and his wife. And you're just like, no, motherfucker, you're sitting in Congress and you let a Chinese spy fuck you for your information. Like they're between the American people and you too. But I that's a poor excuse. That's a sad excuse for a man right there. And
hold on, but let me give a counter to that thing with Swalwell, and I'm not sticking.
There's a counter? Okay. Well, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on. My issue with this is my issue with anybody, right? Whether it is a Democrat or Republican that gets brought up. One of the accusations is all the way back from 2019. Another one is from 2024. And again, I'm not saying they didn't happen.
Right.
But it always makes me curious why 7 years later the accusation comes out and they choose to go public.
Great question. Well, let me answer it for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Eric Swallowswell. Okay, so for those that don't know,
you
Congress
are not
has
allowed to give me crap anymore for calling him Pete Bukaki. Okay,
dude,
because
come on. You called him Pete Bukaki, dude, like a gay guy, Pete Bukaki. Well,
you can't give me crap anymore. Go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. I won't give you crap anymore about Bukaki. Anyway, here's the thing, though. For those that don't know, Congress has a slush fund. Okay, and that slush fund is specifically set aside for complaints against congressmen and women of a sexual nature. Okay? This is, look it up. Use your own time. Look it up. I'm not going to try to justify it. It's there.
It's just there, yeah.
Yes. So anybody have any idea how much money Eric Swallowswell spent out of that fund in the last 5 years?
No idea.
A bunch.
Kevin, any idea?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
$15 million fucking dollars.
Shut the fuck up.
Nope.
Okay.
And then Congress proceeded to vote 4 days ago to keep that information silent.
Which is
we're not gonna let anybody know how much was spent and given to what victims. All they know is Eric Swallowswell, $15 million.
Okay, hold on.
We should be able to get that information through a
You
public
think?
records
You're right. You're right. Yes, we should be able to. I agree completely.
Is it congressional money or is it party money?
It's congressional money.
Okay.
It's our taxpayer money.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. So let me give the counter because now I do have a real counter.
Okay. I like the preface. I have a real counter.
Well, because before I was just asking the question because I thought it was valid, but I didn't really give I didn't give it a lot of credence. But now I have a serious question.
Okay. Go
so
ahead.
what I believe you're saying, first tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Is that he used $15 million,
yes,
essentially paying some of these women to shut up and not say anything.
Yes. Correct.
Now 7 years later, now they're coming out. Is that essentially what you're saying?
Essentially, that is what I'm saying. Yeah, there are caveats to all of that, right? Each one has its own issues, but one of them included, as the victim put it, she was too intoxicated to say no. Okay, a person can take that however they want. I take that as he took her out, got her drunk, fucked her, and then thought everything was good to go because she was drunk, right? And at some point, she decided, no, that's not okay. You know,
hold on, I'm going to give you my argument, though. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you my argument.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If a woman took money for 7 years to keep her mouth shut and now opens her mouth, she has zero credibility with me because you can't profit hundreds of thousands or more off of it for 7 years under the auspice you're going to be quiet. And then the minute it behooves you to do so, after you've collected the money, now you're going to come forward and talk about it. Like you can't have it both ways.
Listen, you're raising a great point. I don't remember you raising that about Stormy Daniels, however.
I never had an issue with Stormy Daniels, if you remember, though. I said I don't care that Trump.
I'm pretty sure. No, that's
he's a grown ass man, and she consented.
Hold on, but you care about a guy going after a Democrat and Eric Swallowswell? I'm just trying to compare apples to apples here because you just said that if she was paid and she kept her mouth shut, but now she decided to talk about that's exactly the same thing that Stormy Daniels did.
No, but what I'm saying, I never thought there was an issue with the fact that he did anything with Stormy Daniels in the first place, whether he paid her or not.
But you never, hold on, what I'm saying is you never raised the argument that she took money for it, now she's talking about it, which, because you gave her credibility, we all did. You didn't discredit her because she took money.
No, I never gave her credibility. Paul, I said on the show, she's a porn star who makes money off of what she does with her private parts. Of course she's going to use that to the best of her advantage. I thought she was a disingenuous witness at best, a garbage human being. And by the way, you're a whore and you fuck a guy and then you come around and say, I'm talking about her. You're a whore and you fuck a guy.
Thanks for clarifying.
And you bring yourself as a victim. You can't have it both ways. I'm not saying anything about Swalwell's victims on a personal level. I don't know enough about them. But you can't.
And that's fair, by the way. That's fair.
You can't collect congressional money on a hush fund to keep your mouth shut, and then the minute it becomes convenient for you to come forward, all the money that you received to shut up suddenly is irrelevant, and now you're going to talk about it. You can't do that.
Right. Hold on.
Should have to give every dime back.
Okay, and you're not wrong. You're not. Go ahead. You finish.
The entire reason she came forward was not to bury Swalwell. The entire reason all of them are coming forward is because there's a big, massive payout on the backside. Either
they've already
a money deal or something.
These women have already been paid out, brother. They're coming forward because Swalwell was the front runner by far, by the way, for the governor's race in the state of California.
Yeah,
like he was 10 points ahead of Numbnuts down there.
Yeah, he's the only recognizable name on the ballot.
So my point just being that on one hand, you want to say these women are coming forward because they see the third largest economy in the world. They see California, they love California and all this other stuff. You know, you would like to think that they're coming forward because they want to do what's right for the state of California, right? I mean, you and I can sit here. We've done politics far too long to know that there aren't other motives. Of course there are, right? Yeah. But honestly, we're not there. We're not in that person's shoes. So we kind of have to take them at face value. But remember, in Swalwell, you got a guy that went after Brett Kavanaugh and talked about how every woman needs to be believed. And by the way, for those that don't know, as soon as these accusations came out last week, do you know what Eric Swalwell did? Anybody? Bueller?
Denied it.
Oh, no, it's worse than that, Professor. He sent them cease and desist letters from his attorneys.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So this wasn't about every woman deserves to be heard. This is, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And what he should have done.
That's not a good optic.
What he should have done is just
right.
Yeah, sending the lawyers to essentially threaten the women that are claiming that you abuse them is a bad. Listen, I don't like Swalwell.
Pull up. Hey, can you? We've got a few minutes left. Can somebody pull up Swalwell's little video he made this weekend? Please, somebody pull it up really quick and let Dennis play it, because I'm telling you, it says everything in a matter of span of a couple of minutes. Yeah, it is absolutely worth it. And you know what? Some people have different opinions when they watch it. But when I watch it, I'm like, this dude's guilty as fucking sin, and he's covering his ass.
Is it the one where he's wearing like a light, like a really,
blue shoot,
really pale blue shirt?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yep.
Dennis, if I send it to you, can you cue it? If I send you a video to play, can you just play the audio?
And I want folks to remember that when he's recording this, he's running away. He's escaped the public limelight and staying at his buddy billionaire's house. Basically hanging out and trying to avoid the spotlight so he doesn't have to answer questions. Now, mind you, he made this video after 4 or 5 women have come out and accused him of everything from just sexual harassment to rape. Okay? So these are serious accusations. Very serious. To see this guy go from massive, Trump accuser, Brett Kavanaugh accuser. He made a name for himself. Swalwell did when Brett Kavanaugh was had his hearings for the Supreme Court. I mean, that's when he really kind of came out of the closet, if you will. So with those things in mind, and you watch this, just think about that, right? Okay, I'm ready when you are, Kevin. Is he ready?
He's getting ready now. Well,
okay,
and listen, Swalwell was being talked about by many as one of those future big names for the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in the same ilk with an AOC. He was in the same ilk with these younger guys that are the younger people that are going to be the anchor for the Democrat Party for the next 20 years.
And by the way, Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, as of today, has filed a motion to expel Swalwell amid his sexual assault allegations from Congress.
And I'm against that.
Well,
why?
Because you're allowed due process. So he needs to have his due process. Yeah. And if due process finds him guilty, then I think you bounce him. But I've never been in favor of firing somebody or relieving somebody from a position based on an accusation, because accusations are easily made and harder to prove. So here's her quote, right? So she says, so the Dems don't want Swalwell, because he's been losing all this support over the last 2 days. So the Dems don't want Swalwell to be governor of California, but he can stay a member of Congress. Are we running a halfway house for sexual predators in Congress now? No, she said. He should not be allowed to stay in Congress, and I'm calling on Rep. Swalwell to resign from office, she added. And listen, the Republicans do the same thing. This isn't it's just, listen, first of all, if you're an elected representative and you're accused of sexual assault on multiple women, you can expect that people are going to be calling for your resignation, right? Yep.
And here's the thing: when you watch this, and it's only like 2-3 minutes long, but I'm curious if you all pick up the same thing that I did as I watched it. I was like, dude's toast after I watched this. But it was because of one specific line, and I won't state it. I'll let you guys watch it and see if you pick up the same line that I did. To me, it's incredulous. It absolutely is. So, ready whenever you are.
Robert Parker agreed with me. I think it's all just quote Me Too quote for pay. Me Too movement to make some money. Yeah, I agree. But all right, Dennis is ready to play that. So we're just going to have the audio for it. Dennis, ready?
Okay.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. I thought it was
no shit.
that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They're absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the frontrunner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife. And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you've doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public as a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends.
A billionaire buddy.
I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And I look forward to updating you very soon.
First of all, can I say, can you picture him giving that speech and his wife is the one recording as she's staring his ass down, like ready to fucking kill him? I'm sorry.
He is such
go
a
ahead.
little douchebag.
You know what?
He is.
The whole part of that whole speech too that just pissed me off was when he referenced his his time as a prosecutor, especially for women who were the victims of sexual, like that.
Right.
That's like, yeah. Let me just completely just wrap myself in that.
Yeah.
For me, it was
It's-
reminiscent of I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's and listen, it's not that un-Trump like, right? When Trump tried to play off the Stormy Daniels shit.
Yep.
But here's this. For me, this is how I look at it, and I'm curious what your guys' thought are. But when you hear him talk about how those issues are between me and my wife, really? You're an elected member of Congress, and I think we all can understand if you piss somebody off in the past, you might have a man or a woman come out and try to, take shots at you because they got nothing to lose, right? Especially in the political arena. But when 4 or 5 come out and accuse you of the same fucking behavior, no. Especially when you're a congressman, because you've got lawyers and you will sue them out their ass. Right? You will sue them so bad they can't see daylight for 20 years. Like, there is no way that many people are coming after him right now, all at the same time, and had nothing happen.
Yeah, I don't agree. I do think there's smoke. There's fire to this smoke, but I also do think that it's possible you can get 4 or 5 women to lie for the right amount of money, right? And not just women, but people will lie for the right amount of money.
Listen, that's a good point, Kevin. That's a good point.
What bugged me was when he said, "This is between me and my wife." Look, bitch,
right? That's the line.
It's between you, your wife, and at least 4 women that you cheated on her with. Like, he completely ignored. He's acknowledged he did something, right? He said he made poor choices. I think it infers he had affairs.
Right.
He left them out. Like Beeler said, it's I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Like, how far can I distance myself from somebody I wronged? I'm not sad to see him go. Anytime any of this crap comes up where they're like, well, 7 years ago he assaulted me. Well, what took you 7 years to come forward and why now? Because he's running for the governor of New York.
Listen, that's a legitimate question, Kevin. That's a legitimate question.
Yeah, he's a U.S. representative. So how is that any more powerful than the governor of New York? Of California.
Okay, yeah.
But so he has a powerful position. Now he's going for another powerful position. Why does this one matter and the other one didn't? And the same thing holds true for Trump. Why did you guys wait 20 years before you came out with Trump?
Hold on 1 second. Those women have already been paid out of that congressional slush fund. They didn't wait till now to come forward. They came forward over the last several years and got paid out for it.
No, but I mean, why come out publicly now is my question.
No. They didn't. Somebody else did with the information that they got paid out.
Oh.
Those women aren't the ones coming forward. Somebody has come out and leaked the fact that, hey, this slush fund has paid out these money to these women because of the exploits of him. Make sense?
Yeah.
That's and I think that's probably something that's highly misunderstood. And at the same time, another really.
That was not for you. I'm just really tired.
Robert Parker said, "Why would it be between him and his wife when he opened with nothing happened?" I think, Robert, because he's essentially admitting he had at least an affair. That's the gist I get out of it. What I think he's implying without saying it is he had a consensual relationship with somebody besides his wife, and that's why it's between them. But he's also saying, but I didn't do anything illegal, essentially.
Right, because they got paid out, and that was all legal, right? That was all legal by the rules of Congress. But now he's got another investigation that's been opened against him, which I don't think a lot of people realize, and this just came out today. So apparently he has this a fucking nanny.
No. Every
that
time
works
you have
for
an au pair, it goes
I know,
wrong.
right? Yeah. Well, she's from Brazil, and she overstayed her visa.
She's probably got a great butt too.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Yeah. I don't know, man. She's not really that good looking. But here's what I will say.
Anytime you have a foreign au pair, you're going to prison.
Well, hey, listen, you're right, Kev. You're right. But here's the issue, right? So they post pictures of her with the family all the time on social media. And they've made no secret about the fact that she's his nanny, right? Here's the problem. Her visa expired years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's a Democrat. Why would he care?
Well, because apparently they were paying her under the table with campaign funds.
Of course.
My mind's telling me no.
Yeah. But my body.
Dennis, you are freaking perfect. God bless it, man. You know, if I hear one more Democrat talk about morality with Trump, I am literally gonna crap myself. Like, they have zero room. Like,
I feel like
Trump
Kevin should wear diapers to the shows then, because
Trump
that's
is
messed
a
up,
garbage human being.
Human being, agreed.
He's a garbage human being, probably a garbage husband.
Probably, yep.
Probably immoral as hell. But the Democrats have no room. Beeler, knock it off. The Democrats have no room at all. None. Good God. Holy cow.
I'm sorry.
All right. Paul, the last thing I want to ask, I just want to put this in your brain for you to think about it for 2 weeks. I don't know if you saw my Facebook post. I'm going to be a grandfather. And
I am aware. You and I talked about this a while ago. Yeah.
Okay. So I have to come up with what they found out yesterday. It's going to be a boy, and I need to find out what my first grandson is going to call me, what my nickname is going to be. I'm not going to be Grandpa. I'm not going to be Gramps, or I'm not going to be Grampy. I'm not going to be G-Paw. I'm not going to be Papa, because that's what my kids called my dad, and I'm not my dad. I don't measure up. So I got to come up with a nickname that my kid can call me that doesn't make me, my grandkid can call me that doesn't make me sound old.
Pawpaw.
No, I just told you Papa's off the table.
No, not Papa. Paw.
Too close.
Me, Mom.
P-A-W.
I know. And I called my dad Paw. So no. So just think about it. I need some ideas.
Oh, old fucker.
I think they should just call you Kevin.
They're not going to call me Kevin.
Look, I don't know what you want, man. You want a special, perfect nickname that nobody else has been called.
Only the kids can come up with it.
I mean, it's let the kids come up with it. Yeah, Alicia's right, man.
Yep. That's exactly how it works.
All right. We'll see.
All right.
You know what Amber's grandkids call her?
What?
They call her Yaya.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, it's beautiful.
I want to be a Yaya.
That's what my granddaughter calls me.
No.
Yeah.
What do they call you, Paul?
That guy. No, they don't have a word for me. In all seriousness,
Yaya's bitch.
Oh, John Walker. No, John Walker
mooching off
wins.
my mom.
What do you say?
John Walker says the baby needs to call me the dog father.
The dog father. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, touche. That's pretty good.
That's good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I like that.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Beeler is really hurting for some parting shots. So
yeah, I really am.
Dennis, do you have any parting shots, my friend?
Cooperating for kids, as always. Don't forget a funny night out this upcoming Thursday. Also, check out Miss My My's Facebook page, Miss My My Presents. and you'll get all the latest updates for all the great events that she has going on between here and Oregon and all places in between. She's got a lot going on.
Right on.
So hope to see you all there Thursday night. I'll be ready.
J. Andrew Kennedy has some names. He says shitlib or baby back bitch. Thank you, J. Andrew Kennedy.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby
That
back,
was
baby
perfect,
back,
Paul.
baby back.
Beeler.
Yeah.
Parting shots.
I would just remind everybody to get registered for the Destination Highway 420 event coming up this Saturday on 4/18
Wait,
from 9
hold
to
on. We
6.
got to register for that because I got people coming. I didn't know I had to register them for it.
They do need to be
Did-
registered.
Oh
You have to go
shit!
to the website.
Okay, well that's the first I heard about that 2 months later. Okay, so I
I-
got to go to
I did
I
say
got to
you
go
needed
where?
to go in and get on the VIP list so you could get signed up for it, but that's okay.
I love you, dear, but I've never heard that, and that's okay. So okay, I got it. Where do I go? Where's the website? Do I go to the Destination Highway 420 website? Where do I got to go for that?
Paul,
Help me out in English.
Where do you come on, keep the show going. Go ahead.
Go to their
Come on.
Facebook page. Go to their Facebook page.
No, they don't have a
Okay.
Facebook page anymore. No.
Oh, they don't have one anymore. Okay, I was
no,
going to
just-
say just follow their.
Just Google Destination Highway 420 and go to their web address. I have the flyers in my car. Otherwise, I should have brought them.
I have a flyer over on the desk right there. I can grab.
Okay, will
Oh
you?
shit! I'm bringing like 6 people, and now all of a sudden I got to register them. Okay.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
thing we haven't. Good thing we haven't been putting this information out.
No, we've said it 100 times. It's just usually in this segment you haven't shown up for.
Seriously, man.
Thank you, Dennis. All right. Tom, any parting shots from you, my friend?
Did I even have it on there? Yeah.
Yeah, the website's down there.
www.destinationhighway420.com.
There you go. All right. Tom, parting shots.
Well, it's going to be a busy month. So I've got an event going also. The fourth Wednesday of every month.
Fourth Wednesday.
Yeah, fourth Wednesday of every month.
Wednesday.
I host a blind whiskey tasting from 6 until we're done at Brother Don's in Bremerton.
So when you say a blind whiskey tasting, are they just tasting whiskey that they don't know the maker, model, or brand or whatever it is, or are they blind people drinking whiskey and then you're having them walk home?
The first one.
Okay, just checking.
So this will be my third event at Brother Don's. The first one was kind of a whiskey 101. So we did a whiskey from 4 of the 5 major whiskey producing countries around the globe. And then the second one we did American whiskey. That's all anyone knew. It was American made.
Okay.
The one at the end of April, I think it's 22nd is the fourth Wednesday.
Okay.
Anyways, that one we're doing.
Yes, the fourth Wednesday is the 22nd. You're correct.
Thank you. Yeah, so that one we're doing Irish whiskey.
Okay.
So
Nice.
That'll be fun.
That's really cool.
Andy Vargo said Special K should be my nickname, and then he said maybe Single K is better. Andy, I thought we were friends. Tom, any other parting shots?
No, that's it, my friend. We've covered the 420 event. We've covered Funny Night Out. I mean, it's
yeah.
Good. All right, Paul, do you have any parting shots?
Well, so let's see. I want to make sure I'm right. So I went to the destinationhighway420.com, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on their website. And where do I need to go to register for the event this weekend?
Thank you for calling tech support. We shall help you now.
That was awesome, Kevin. That was so good.
Do you go to the book your free ticket? Hold on. Seriously. Do you go to book your free ticket?
It's right there. It says join us to celebrate.
Yeah,
join us to celebrate.
Free ticket.
I don't know how that could have been any more fucking plain for
Is
you
your
to figure
computer on?
out.
Thank you for calling. Is your computer on? All right.
Okay, fucktard. I just literally asked the question because I have the computer screen right in front of me, which is why I fucking asked.
Do you not
Okay?
be talking to me like that. I will call your mother.
Yeah.
By
This
the
is why
way,
you're single.
Are you
Fuck.
looking at my nut?
Listen. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Yeah, we're not trying to do a professional fucking show here, nothing. Okay.
Is it ever?
Are you getting
You were
mad?
just
Are you
walking
really getting
around your
mad?
kitchen, dude.
No, I'm not. I'm not really fucking annoyed that we're playing it off like this has been. Look, I've been at the fucking shows, okay? So I know what's been said, and that's why I'm just asking. Do people click on the book your free ticket? Yes
Book the
or
free
no?
ticket. Yeah, they click on
Thank
book
you.
the free ticket.
It's not
and
hard to
then-
answer that kind of a fucking question. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, and so do you book one for each person then? Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay, not hard, right? Thank you. Okay, good God Almighty.
Anyone ever
fucking
feel like
leading
you're
a Girl
helping your
Scout
mom
troop.
program the
It's actually
VCR?
right here on the flyer they put out. Must register.
Yeah.
Quit being
I don't have
little
a fucking
bitch.
flyer.
Are you done with your
I don't-
parting shots?
I don't. No, I'm not. You can sit there and listen, woman. Do your part. Be quiet. All right.
Paul said it wasn't that
Okay.
hard. And all, hold on, Paul, your mic's off. Turn your mic off.
I didn't. You did.
I didn't touch your mic.
Somebody did.
I really, I think you bumped it. Paul said it's not that hard, and all I could think to say was, it's always hard when I'm sitting. next to
Dude,
Beeler.
why would you?
Go ahead, Paul.
Why would you think? Why would you come to that conclusion over that comment? That's brutal, dude.
Go ahead. Paul.
Anyway, no, that's it. That's it. No. That's it. That's it. We're all good. We're all good.
Okay, Paul. My parting shot's about your mom. Hold
on. Make sure you better choose your next fucking words real careful.
I will. So I got a message on Facebook.
Okay.
And I opened the message on Facebook, and it's from your mom. And I
Okay.
thought, Pam sent me a message. Well, let me read it. And it's a link to a Facebook page that talks about, oh, hold on, this is a different one. It's a link to a Facebook page talking about how they have confirmed that Michelle Obama is a man. And I thought, Barack hasn't been president for nearly a decade. Is this still what we're talking about? Is this what Republicans are on still today?
This is your parting shot.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are we still talking about whether or not Barack Obama is gay or Michelle Obama is a man? It is irrelevant. It is past. It is old news. Can we please focus on the events at hand that need to be addressed?
Yeah.
I don't know. A war in Iran, high gas prices, taxes out of control. The state of Washington wants to take sheriffs out of office without voter consent. The legislature's run by Democrats and they're running everything through the roof. JFK Jr. was assassinated by the Jews. But no, we want to talk about whether or not Barack Obama's wife is a man. Can we stop, please? It's done. Yes, Beeler, later tonight after the show.
Shut the fuck up. So not happy.
Anyway, that's all I had to say. It's so incredible to me that people are still sharing these stories a decade after he left office.
Okay.
It amazes me.
Absolutely,
Obviously,
Kevin.
they have nothing better to do.
And you could have talked about this story without fucking including my mother, dude. Okay? I love you, but what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously.
What?
I'm not
She
laughing.
sends it-
That
she
was fucked.
sends
I
it-
don't care.
she
I don't
sends
care.
it-
I love you, bro. I love you, brother, but that's
All right.
fucking out of bounds, man.
She sends this stuff to
That's
get
out
a
of
rise out
bounds.
of me.
That's
She
out
sends
of
this
bounds.
stuff-
No, she
sends
didn't.
this- yes, she does. She sends this stuff to
She's-
give me a hard time to get a rise out of me. Because she
I love
knows
my
how
mother,
much I
but
hate her.
she's no, because she sent it to you because she's ignorant and she doesn't know shit and she doesn't know how to vet sources. Okay.
Oh, well, I didn't. I wasn't.
So
saying
somebody
that.
else sent it to her and she fucking forwarded along. And so you thought it would be funny to bring up my mother in that fucking context on the show.
Yeah, because I
That's
thought she was
fucked up.
because I
No.
thought. Okay, well, don't let me answer, Paul.
I
thought she-
love you. No, dude, it's fucked up. Why would you do that? I love you,
Because-
brother, but damn.
Because I thought she was sending them to fuck with me because she likes to give me a hard time.
I love
If
my
you
mother.
want-
She's not that
if-
smart.
Well, again, you're the one insulting your mom. I wasn't. I thought she was
On-
doing it to
on
give
that,
me a
yes.
hard time.
No,
No, I really did. She loves to give
Okay.
me a hard time for being a Democrat. So I assumed that's what this was about.
Nah,
If you
no,
think it's more
she's
than
not.
that, that's on
she's
you,
not.
on me.
No, it's not.
mean,
she don't know any better, dude.
Well, but again, hold on. You came at me sideways. I wasn't saying
Yes.
about your mom. I
Yes.
thought she was
Yeah,
going to
you
give me
weren't?
a hard time. No, I
I
thought she was
love
doing
you,
it to give
dude,
me a
but-
hard time.
Okay. Can we please wrap it up? Good night, everybody. Good night.
I haven't hit the end of the stream yet. People are just watching Beeler have a meltdown. Beeler, do you wet yourself? What the hell? All right. That'll end the show. I don't know why people are mad at me. I wasn't taking swipes at anybody's mom. I thought she sent me this stuff just to make me spin. All right. Tonight's show brought to you by Alicia Beeler's Bladder, by Black Ring Spirits, Destination Highway 420. Check out the event on April 18th. You may not know this, but you need to go to their website and pre-register. Okay? Kids Have Great Escape coming out with a new room within the next month or so. Follow them online at Kids Have Great Escape on Facebook or kidshavegreatescape.com. Black Ring Spirits, the official home of the Outlaw Radio Network. J. Andrew Kennedy. Reminding you that not everybody in Michigan has an education. And Robert Parker.
That was mean.
Because if you look up the phrase in the dictionary, it's a picture of Robert Parker. All right. Good. I'm just, what? Everybody else is pissed at me. Who else wants to be mad at Kate on? Good night, everybody. Outlaw Radio. See ya.